so excited for this. It'll be very, very prescient, very convenient. Megan, did you not transition the screen?
The button. Oh, someone says they hear you. Can somebody hear me? Nobody can hear me. Okay.
Because you didn't transition the screen.
Huh, but they could hear you.
Yeah, because I'm on desktop audio and you unmuted it.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know computers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I've been talking for a while.
Okay, no. Okay, we need to, because these are going on YouTube, you all need to just be very chill, and Megan and I need to act like we are just coming live and doing this again. From the top, Megan.
Okay. Okay, hold on. Welcome to Mystery Detectives! Oh, Malcolm's barking. It's okay, buddy. How's everybody doing tonight? I'm just gonna say all the things that I meant to say. We're on part 2 of Nancy Drew.
Yep.
Recap.
Yes.
So.
And if we get through the games that we are planning to get through today, we're gonna end in a really fun, very, very cool place, considering the day that it is today, because we are just 2 days away from Megan's birthday.
Yep.
Happy almost birthday, Megan.
Almost there. Last few days of my 20s. But yeah, if we are able to get to the point we want to get to, it's going to line up nicely with where we were at about a year ago today. So
yeah. So let's get started, shall we?
Yes, definitely. I love chat being so supportive in how technical difficulties are also very important to be part of the recap of Mystery Detectives.
I mean, it's extremely important.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, and probably, realistically, I probably won't cut the video. That'll just play, and our mistake will live forever.
Oh, which I guess is appropriate since all of the other ones can't be proven.
Yep. Because I'm always watching the video on a bit of a delay because I'm watching it live on the stream, and so I saw it tick to 0, and ordinarily we are already talking and going live before Megan transitions, and I was like, man, is this just taking a long time? Did my stream freeze? And then I was like, Megan didn't change the scene.
You know what? I'm in a new apartment. I'm in a new transitional period of my life. It's almost my birthday. I guess I just forgot one more transition. So
is this now the 5th place that you've done Mystery Detectives from?
Oh goodness, let's see. 1, 2, 3. I think this is the 4th. I think this is the 4th location I have streamed Mystery Detectives from, because there was my old place in South Dakota, and then I moved in with some friends that lived in Indy, and then I got my own apartment, and now I've moved into a new apartment. So
yep,
we've traveled all over.
all over. And for this next game, we are traveling back to the past.
Yes, back to the past. Let's see here. Secret of the Old Clock. We're going back to the 30s.
To the 1930s. Let's take a look at our costumes from this.
Okay.
They were so fucking cute.
That was our theme for this, because we were going back to the past. So we did 1920s with Ghost Dogs and Moon Lakes. Now we're doing 1930s.
Megan, they can't see the slideshow.
Oh my god.
Listen. Megan, the love of my life, has had a really busy week.
Yeah. I apologize. It's there.
She's here, and we're doing our best.
We've made it. We've made it.
Now you can look at our cute costumes. Look how cute we were.
It was pretty good. I got so distracted by how cute we were, I forgot to hit the other button that I was supposed to hit. Where are you? Oh, you're okay. I got a little wiener dog sleeping at my feet, and he's being a little barky when his sleep.
Cute.
I'll give him some pets. Yeah, so I'm trying to remember. Let's see if we had any other costumes here. We didn't. Okay, so what we did last week is after we show our costume theme, we'll also show some costumes of some fans that sent in pictures of them wearing the costumes they came up with. The theme. Fans of mystery detectives. Fans of...
Yes, okay, that's fair.
Yeah. Like, I'm like, this isn't like... it's technically Crit Crew, but it's Mystery Detectives Crew. Snoop Buds. Snoop Buds that sent in, there we go.
Yeah.
Pictures of Snoop Buds that sent in their costumes for the theme. So we got a nice heap of them for this week, so we put those in. But this one, I didn't have anything sent in for the slideshow. So going into this one, the mystery and the bad guy. So this game is based on the very first Nancy Drew book, Secret of the Old Clock.
But it's also based on, like, a bunch of other ones, right? Like, there's also Mystery at Lilac Inn, like, also Hidden Staircase. This is, like, an amalgamation of, like, a lot of early Nancy Drew games.
Yeah, and so it's set back in time. So we're still playing, like, our Nancy. It's just just picked up and moved a few decades in the past. So
Nancy's universal. Nancy is like similar to like Baba Yaga on the Crit Show. Just like at any point in time in any universe, there is a Nancy Drew.
There's a Nancy Drew. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
So in this one, we are sent out to check in on a friend, not a friend, a relative of a friend. Because that's what people do.
Does Nancy not have friends? Let's discuss
the
this.
Hardy Boys.
We have okay, yes. The Hardy Boys are coworkers. Ned is our boyfriend. Bess
and George are
but
friends.
We're related to one of them.
No, they're related to each other. They're cousins.
Okay.
They're not related to us. They're our best friends.
Okay. So Nancy does have friends, because I'm just like, there are so many narratives of this where we are visiting people who we kind of know. I felt like we had one friend in the Magic game, and then she got kidnapped, and maybe she told all of Nancy's other friends, and so now no one will be friends with us.
I think we do end up in another one where Nancy is actually visiting a friend, but for the most part, people just kind of like, I'm gonna get that Nancy Drew girl in to do a wellness check on someone I love. And so Nancy has been called in to check on this young girl. So this is her, Emily, I believe her name is.
Yeah, Emily. She is lounging in the middle of the day in her nightgown, just like I was shortly before I went live in the stream.
Jack says she has the Hardy Boys, Bess and George, Ned, and all her dad's friends. Yeah, so Emily has lost her mother and has inherited this inn that was very important to her mother, and is just very distraught about, like, being able to pay for it and being sad about, like, her mother and running a business. And so she's stressing out about money, and there was this man who was their neighbor. I want to say his name was, like, Josiah Crowley? That's the name that's in my head. I don't know if that's correct.
Oh my god.
Another thing. So last week we talked about this. We're going back through these games. We're not really doing research on it. It's just basically what we remember.
Yeah, it's whatever we remember about this, and sometimes it is not much. Yes, Josiah Crowley is sticking out in my head as, like, some name in this.
Awesome. So he was the neighbor, and he was kind of eccentric, as a lot of the people. He gave me big guy who ran the amusement park vibes.
Oh, yes, we love him.
Who built the machine.
Yes.
But he basically said he had a fortune, and he told Emily that her and her mother would always be taken care of. Then he died, and they were like, he didn't leave us anything. He just left us all these, like, clues and toys. And then there is this man up here who's a banker, and I don't remember his name.
No, he's just a...
Banker.
He's just a banker.
Yeah, so Banker also knew Josiah Crowley, and he's kind of facilitating, like, the ownership of the inn. But these, like, weird things have been happening to, like, really stress Emily out. So there was a fire in the kitchen, which is a huge part of, like, they bake pies for people, so they couldn't do that. And then this
Richard Topham, I remember this guy.
Yeah, he's a jerk.
He's psychic.
He's another neighbor. Psychic, who's very rude to us.
Yeah.
And he's also another neighbor, and he basically was like, I deserve the money? I don't know. I don't
said that so confidently.
I cannot remember what his deal was.
I deserve the money.
I couldn't remember, like, why he was
like, what's his deal? Why is he here?
Yeah, like, why are we talking to him? Oh, he lived in his house.
He forged the will, right?
Yeah, because isn't he living in Josiah Crowley's house?
Yeah,
that's right. And he forged the will.
Or he like got all of his stuff.
Yeah, he inherited everything because he was gonna like take over or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a magician, and he does this thing where he's like, I can read your brain, and he has all these cards with symbols on them, and it's like,
and then we have to like
guess
what they are. Yeah.
But
he also has like, he's got quite a cat, but we'll get to that on a next.
We'll get to the cat.
We'll get to the cat.
And then our bad guy is this lady. So her name is Jane.
Jane. It's allegedly Jane.
Allegedly Jane showed up because she is best friends with Emily's mom. And so she's like, she's basically my own daughter, so I'm here to take care of her and run the inn and take care of all the pies. And secretly, it turns out she's not Jane. She stole the letters from Emily's mom to Jane. I don't remember where they like worked together or something, and impersonated Jane so that she could drive Emily out and get all the money for the inn and like sell it.
So had Emily never met Jane?
Nope, she hadn't. Her and her mom were friends a long time ago. So then,
man, that's intense.
Yeah, and then that's why.
Die, and then just like a total stranger's like, yeah, me and your mom are best friends. It's like, well, okay.
Well, I think, like her mom probably talked about her and stuff. I guess never showed her a picture because there was a picture of her, and we found it at the end, and that's how we knew that this wasn't Jane.
Yeah.
And so there are a few key things about this game.
A few really memorable things. Okay. So first of all, this is the first game in the Nancy Drew series, to my knowledge, where we can move around a kind of like main map in order to get from location to location.
It's not just like a couple points and...
Yeah, it's not just like, quote unquote, riding my bicycle, but by riding your bicycle, you're just clicking on the locations to go. This is actually Nancy getting into a vehicle and driving. And the driving mechanic in this game was so bad. We got into countless accidents, and then like whenever there is like a driving mechanic, because we're gonna find this in White Wolf of Icicle Creek in a little bit, which had a similar driving mechanic, then always like the final showdown with the culprit is like, I need to race them in this vehicle, which is impossible to operate.
Yeah, it comes up a couple of times in some different games. So this one, the driving mechanic, there was a lot of driving. We had to get around to different locations. There's a big map, and so some of the locations you don't actually go to. You can just park out front of, and then there's a audio interaction between whatever NPC is there and Nancy. Yeah. And so we have to move around. To get around the map. We need gas. We need to go to Zippy's.
Oh, and God. Yeah, I forgot about Zippy's.
Get gas. But to pay for gas, we need to deliver telegrams.
Yes.
So we have to drive all over the map so it's like, take this to the orphanage. And then it's like, where the hell's the orphanage? So we have to drive all around and be like, oh, orphanage, great. And the orphanage is like, thanks for giving me my letter. Take this pot holder to old lady Johnson up at the camp. And then we have to be like, where's the camp? And like, go all over the place. There are a lot of potholes and mud. So if you hit a pothole, if you hit too many potholes, you get a flat tire. And it costs a lot of money to repair it. If you get stuck in the mud, you get like slowed down. So that's a big thing in the end chase, because you have to like get over, and it's all with like the keys. So it was stressful.
Yeah, God, just moving around this map was so much, because you were constantly running out of gas. We were constantly delivering telegrams.
Yeah.
God, what do we want to go do next?
Let's do the pies. So like I had said, this Lilac Inn sold pies. Mm-hmm. So we got a really neat puzzle where we had to, it was basically a logic problem. And Kim and I love logic problems. It wasn't the best of the ones, but we got to organize all these pies, and then at the end, we chase Jane as she tries to escape in her car. Mm-hmm. And if we direct her for long enough and don't lose her off of our screen, she crashes into a pie, truck, and just gets, buried in pies, and she's just,
the dream.
Diffy. I know, right? I don't know why she was so mad about it.
There is something about food in Nancy Drew games that makes me so unreasonably hungry, and just staring at these little pixelated, cherry, blueberry, and chocolate pies is making me, very hungry.
Yeah, I'm wanting to, make some little mini pies.
Oh, boy. I wish I lived with you. This mirror puzzle. What's up with this mirror puzzle?
This was in Josiah Crowley's barn.
Oh, right.
And we needed to be able to see our way around. And so he had a whole, mirror, turn the mirror so that it reflects off of everything. And then it had to hit a bulb that, set off this Rube Goldberg. He was really big into, Rube Goldberg stuff. That, knocked this thing over and then it, turned this big, electrical switch. And it lowered a staircase that let us go upstairs. That's how we found, the ham radio. And we got to have a conversation with these other people who were, ham radio enthusiasts that Josiah had become friends with. Do you remember this?
Yes, I do.
And they all were, 3 different people on, 3 different frequencies that he would talk to all the time. And became really good friends with. And then he gave them lines from Midsummer's Night Dream. Because that was, one of his favorites. And so we had to give them a prompt. And so it was if I say this, you reply with this. So we had to get their replies to do a puzzle. It was he set up a lot of really fun puzzles.
God, I forgot about the Midsummer Night's Dream aspect. That was really cool. I do remember the next picture here, which is fucking mini golf.
Yeah. I am much better at digital mini golf than I am in real life. Kim and Rev played Friends with Golf, or Golf with Friends, right?
Friends with Golf.
They became friends with golf. Golf with Friends.
We tried.
Recently.
We tried to befriend golf.
And it reminded me that I had pictures from when Kim was out here last summer. We all went and did mini golf, and I did terrible.
I like someone commenting on those pictures being that was the most serious game of mini golf that I've ever seen. We were so just straight-faced and solemn in every photo.
There were so many times where I also posted the scorecard, and you can just see it's 8. I would hit it and I'd be so close and it would just go right past. And I hit it again and it would go right past. And I was just I think I'm just gonna take pictures.
So the mini golf in Nancy Drew, we had to do in order to get a toy or something. We needed to do mini golf for some reason, and we had to make it under par.
We had to do it with a gold golf ball.
Yeah,
we needed to get a hole-in-one on a certain course with a gold golf ball.
And this was so hard. We had to do this several times.
This took a minute for sure, because we would get to a point where we're like, if we don't get a hole in one, we've got to do this entire thing over again.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, it was very Rube Goldberg in that if you got it right, it would go down the hole, but then go to a different place, and then would go through the different courses, and then end up giving you the thing that you need. I don't remember what it was.
I swear to God, it was like a toy horse or something.
That sounds right. I want to say it was like a little red pony.
Yeah. That sounds right.
Yeah, so this next picture is the old clock.
The titular old clock.
Yeah, and this was in banker's office. And I feel like this is where the will was hidden.
That sounds right to me. Like, the actual will was inside of this clock, and the one that Richard Topham made was fake.
Right. But we had to do some puzzle, and then it unlocked. And a secret compartment came out. Oh. Yeah.
And then, feast your eyes upon this cat.
This beautiful cat.
Do we think that Her Interactive has seen a cat before?
Or
they just heard descriptions of cats?
This definitely has vibes of, like, the old medieval, like, tapestries with, like, pictures of cats, and it's just like, oh no.
Like, what happened to this cat?
Or have cats just changed that much since the 30s?
Have they evolved?
I wasn't there. I don't know. No one can say for sure.
Mike says it's one of the goblins from the labyrinth. Like, it's so upsetting to me, but also, I love it. I love it desperately.
What was this cat's name?
Yuri?
I feel like it was like Yuri.
Yeah.
Like Uri.
Yuri.
And this cat lived on this pillow in Richard Topham's house and
looked miserable.
It was not happy, and if you pet it, it kind of like picked its head up and like looked at you and did this like but we had to give it a toy or something at some point to get something around it. So as terrifying as it was, we made sure to pet this cat every time we went into that office.
I love this cat. I want to adopt this cat.
Yeah, I like his ears. I hate his face, but I love his ears.
I love that his eyes are pointing in different directions.
It makes me uncomfortable how it looks like his face is both like, he has one of those flat, smushed cat faces, and he has a very large snout at the same time, and I can't figure out what is happening.
It almost looks like it's like pushed in, like it's
inverted.
It's inverted. It's like it's like one of those like statues where the eyes follow you.
Yeah, I've definitely given baths to cats whose basically it is almost inverted and they've got like the little fold there, and I can tell you, very hard to clean out. So I hope Richard Topham's taking care of his cat.
It does not seem to be.
He doesn't. This cat does not seem happy. But you know, we love him and we hope he's doing well.
Yeah.
We still think about him sometimes.
We still think about you, Yuri.
Love you, Yuri.
Love you, Yuri.
Bye. Wow. Okay.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right. Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon. Next game.
This game is fucking great.
This is such a good game. This is like, I'd say like this is my third favorite game. Maybe my second.
This game is so good. Like, I will be honest, I did not like Secret of the Old Clock that much. We are right back to like some good Nancy Drew with Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon.
Yeah.
A lot of good stuff is happening here. The first in-person appearance of the Hardy Boys, pretty significant.
Mm-hmm.
Some characters who we have only spoken to on the phone are making an appearance here.
We get some dreams crushed.
Yeah, a character shows up here who then later makes appearances in other games. Like, this is really fun. There's creepy dolls. Like, what more do you need in a game? And our costumes this week were really hilarious.
Okay, so to preface this, the theme of...
Are you sure you don't want to just show the pictures with no context?
So, Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon, Nancy has been invited on this old train that goes down its original, like, track to try and find a treasure that the man who owned this train hid somewhere.
Yeah.
So it's this woman who was like, I want to find this treasure, so I am gonna hire, like, the world's best detectives.
I'm gonna hire, someone who writes mystery novels. I'm gonna hire Nancy Drew. I'm gonna hire the Hardy Boys. I'm gonna hire a police detective. I'm gonna hire all these people to help me find this treasure.
Yep. So our theme was detectives.
Was the world's greatest detectives.
And so this one was definitely, what's the first thing we can think of? Cool, let's go with that.
Batman and Velma.
I could not find Batman and Velma, the classic. The classic duo.
The iconic duo of Batman and Velma.
I could not find an orange turtleneck in time anywhere. I ended up going to Walmart, finding this shirt in the boys section, cutting it into a crop top and using the lower half of the shirt and sewing it into a turtleneck at work. The day of the stream.
Oh.
It was Wednesday night. I got off work, went to Walmart, found this, cut it, and then the next day at work sewed the bottom half of the shirt to the neck.
I Amazoned myself that Batman tank top. That the Batman notebook was back in the early days of Mystery Detectives. This was a few notebooks ago. I used to take notes in my Batman notebook, so that was all of the notes for like the first like 15 or so Nancy Drew games were all living in that Batman notebook.
I have also realized I couldn't find my magnifying glass. So this is the inside of an embroidery hoop, painted black with a Sharpie, a piece of plastic from some food container, cut in a circle, hot glued inside, and then hot glued to a wax seal stamp.
Meg.
For this picture. It wasn't used in the stream, it was just for this picture.
Couldn't you have just bought a magnifying glass?
I didn't have time. I was like looking for the magnifying glass, and it was like Tuesday, and I was like, it's not gonna get here in time. Also, I cut my bangs for this. I was like, this isn't gonna make really as much sense unless my bangs are the right way. And then I cut my bangs, and then I went, oh fuck, now I have to look like this.
We commit.
Yeah, we do it. We do what needs to be done.
We do what needs to be done. Whatever gets the costume across.
Oh, love it. I love your face paint and your makeup on this too.
Thank you. I was really thinking about you. I don't know what inspired me to like bust out the false eyelashes for this game.
It works.
No, like it was cute. I just like I have no idea why I tried that hard.
Okay. So this game,
a lot of people here.
Yeah. We have everybody here is really iconic. So we have let's start with the person whose name I don't remember. This guy.
He's a ghost hunter, right?
Yes. He I think he has like a Paranormal Activity TV show?
Yeah, something like that.
Or something, I don't remember. But he is set up in one of the cars that was the wife's room, I believe. So the man who, I don't remember his name, the man who made this train, like really loved his wife, and then she got sick and died.
What was his? It was Jake.
Oh,
because it sounded like Jake's name.
Oh God, I have no idea.
Jake Hurley.
Jake Hurley. Yes, that's right. That's what it was.
Because it sounded like Jake.
It sounded like Jake Hurley. That's right. So Jake Hurley had a wife who got sick and died. And I think he tried like really hard to find a cure for her or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the treasure, I think it was like then he built this train and this track and hid some treasure. We don't know what it is. But he was very, very rich and very eccentric, as many of the the themes of these games are centered around. So this man is set up in the train car that belonged to the wife.
Mm-hmm.
Then here we have Charlena Purcell.
Okay, so let's talk about Charlena Purcell.
Mm-hmm.
So we have spoken on the phone to Charlena Purcell before.
Yes.
Back in Shadow Ranch, when Charlena Purcell was writing a book about Fanny and or Franny and Dick Valentine.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So she's like a mystery novelist and like a romance novelist. And when we were talking to Charlena Purcell on the phone back in Shadow Ranch, we were like, this lady rocks. Immediate admission into the Order of the 50 Wings.
Yep. Then we met her. And we were like, get out. Get the fuck out.
This woman sucks.
You are the worst. You're not allowed. Out. Give us all of the chicken bones you have. You're out.
She was so mean to us.
She was so condescending and rude. No.
No.
She was like,
no.
I don't have time for this. I'm only here because I'm writing my next book.
If Hotchkiss knew the way that Charlena Purcell treated us,
I'm surprised we never told on her, honestly.
Cut from the Order.
Yep.
Removed.
And then we have this son of a bitch.
Tino
Balducci is a police detective. Or was a police detective? I don't remember.
I think he's still... I don't know.
He is. No? Or did he... Was he and then he's a private investigator now?
He's a police detective in this game, and I think later when we see him in White Wolf, he's a private investigator.
That sounds right. So he was very, like... Also very condescending, very, like, misogynistic.
Oh my god, so much machismo with Tino Balducci.
Yeah. It was really annoying, and we were like, do we pretend like we're interested in what he's saying so that we can just get the information we want from him, or do we just put him in his place and maybe not get the information? And we were like, we have to tell this guy what's up.
Yeah, he sucked.
He was pretty awful. And then our bad guy is Lori. Don't remember her last name, but Lori is the one who brought us all here.
Isn't she also dating Tino?
They did date, and they broke up.
They did date.
She is the one who set this whole thing up because she wants the treasure, but she wants the fame of finding the treasure. She is a rich heiress, and she is very much like, I want to have my name mean more than just, like, I'm a dumb blonde that loves money. Her and Tino dated. They broke up at some point. I don't remember why, but he was, like, really heartbroken about it.
Yeah.
And then they end up kind of getting back together. Anyway, so the game starts. We're all in the dining car, and then the lights go out, and there's a scream, and she's gone. So the first good portion of the game, she's missing, and we have to locate her. So we do all these puzzles, and we find a hidden car in the back. I don't even remember how we get access to it. We find this hidden car, and she's just lounging there.
Yeah, she's just hanging out.
And she's like, you found me. And we were just like, everyone thought you were dead. She's like, no, I just wanted to make sure that my detectives were good detectives. And it was like, all right, yeah, good plan, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so.
For the most part, she was cool, and we kind of were like, I mean, good for you. You're trying to make a name for yourself. This was a cool trip. Thanks for paying for me to come out here and ride on a train. In the end, we find the cavern because it was the train tracks diverted a different way. And there was like a cave entrance. So we go through there and we find Jake Hurley's skeleton. And it has a letter on it.
We'll get to the letter.
It. But it is essentially that's the treasure because it was from a famous person. She finds us and is just like, I knew you were going to find it because you're a smart woman and you're a good detective. But everybody would like think I'm a really smart woman if I was the one that found it. And like, I tried to save you from this cave-in, but like you died. So that sucks. And she left us to die. She caved in the cave, left us to die. And we had to find our way out. And we absolutely did and put her in jail.
I don't know. You say bad guy, I say girl boss.
She was very girl boss until she tried to take the credit and kill us. Women support women. They don't
women don't leave women in cave-ins.
No, they don't. They don't try to take credit for their accomplishments. They lift each other up. and she failed to do so. So
They lift each other up out of the cave-in.
yeah, so Fogger.
Yeah.
So dumb shit.
So,
We had a lot.
Oh man, so much happened in this game. So first of all, our job is world's greatest detective, obviously.
Finally, something we're qualified for.
finally something that, like, yeah, 1,000%. We're here for a reason. So let's talk about our beautiful Hardy Boys. Frank and Joe 1,000% switch hair colors in a later game.
No, they say pretty good.
No, absolutely not.
Well, Frank always has darker hair and Joe's always blonde. I think.
I swear to God,
They definitely
hair
change.
colors.
They don't switch. They definitely. I mean, they go through some different looks. That's for sure. But I'm pretty sure they stay, because that's how I always tell them apart. There's voices, and then their hair. Like, Joe's always blonde. They look really different when we see them next, but I think so.
Okay.
Oh boy.
No. Okay. No. In this game right here, looking at this photo, Joe is the blonde.
Yeah, Joe's always blonde.
No, Joe has dark hair in Secret of Kapu Cave.
I'll have to see it.
We'll get there.
Yeah, that doesn't
I swear
sound
to
right
God,
to me.
they switch hair colors.
Okay, so they are basically seated at this table, and they are just available for us to continue to come to and basically say, hey, what are your thoughts on where we're at so far?
Yeah, this is significant. This is the first time that we ever saw the Hardy Boys in real life. Is this the first time that they've ever been mentioned? Have they been like a phone a friend before?
I think they've been a phone a friend. Thank you, Amanda and Jax, for the gift subs.
Yeah.
No, I feel like we may have talked to them before, but this is definitely the first time we've seen them. I don't know if they've been mentioned. Up here in the right-hand corner, we have another wonderful mood board.
Oh, look at this.
Just some aesthetic of this entire thing. So a lot of, like, beautiful, like, stained glass work, creepy dolls, train cars, fancy old letters, trains. Love it. Beautiful.
Let's talk about creepy dolls.
Right. So over here, the wife loved these dolls. They all had names.
And little personalities.
Yeah, and they all had personalities. She loved them. We had to collect them throughout the train and other places, and then put them in a certain order. So again, this was another logic puzzle that we loved very much. Some of them were absolutely terrifying to look at. And
like this one,
where one of them turned its head or eyes and looked at us.
1,000%, and it was this one. This is like Scary Tina or something.
Yeah, they all had weird names.
Right? Isn't that, like, I swear that's this thing's name.
It's not, I don't feel like it was Scary Tina, but it was something like that. It might be Scary Tina, but I don't know. So
I'm looking it up.
Yeah, so down here you can see the dining car. So this is how the game starts.
No, it's so much better. It's so much better
What is
than
it?
Scary Tina.
What is
Naughty
it?
Tina.
Oh yeah, good. That's right. Do you have a list of the names?
Oh, I can find it.
Pull up a list of names. And so I'm gonna go over. So this is where we start the game. We're all sitting at this table. So Lori gives up. She gives her speech, and the lights go out, and she screams. She went behind this bookcase. I'll just spoil her magic trick for you there.
All right, I have the list of names.
Okay, hit us.
They're so good. Chantilly Hildegard.
Yes.
Awful Ursula.
Mm-hmm.
Sickly Sarah. Edna the Terrible. Teddy Eberhart.
Mm.
Sadie Crawford.
Yep.
Hagar Anderson.
Mm.
Thomasina O'Neill. Yawning Alice. Elias Sandberger, and of course, Naughty Tina. Naughty Tina is so good.
I love thinking about this in like a Toy Story universe where she leaves and they all like talk to each other, and one of them's like I'm yawning Alice, and it's just like, I'm Ursula, the like awful Ursula. Like, I wonder who she loves more.
I know, right? Or just like, I'm Teddy Eberhart. And it's like, okay, yeah, you're probably a lot more beloved than awful Ursula.
Yeah.
Naughty Tina.
Did you ever have any of these porcelain dolls?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
My dad would get us like those big Easter baskets some years. And mine always had these terrifying porcelain dolls. And I would be like really torn between like, I don't want this, and like, I am not going to tell you I don't like a present. And so they would be in my room and I would have nightmares about them like crawling on the ceiling. And it was very stressful to like, I remember when I finally threw them away and I was like, oh, I'm so glad I'm free.
I was such an evil, just like an evil child. We were once staying somewhere that had a bunch of porcelain dolls, like some like bed and breakfast type scenario. And I was like in grade school. I got up in the middle of the night and I moved all the porcelain dolls so that they were all around my sister's bed and looking at her.
Nice. That's very sister behavior. I like it.
That's very Naughty Tina of me.
Yeah, so the dolls were a very specific part of this game, very memorable, very terrifying. Mm-hmm. So in one of the cars, we had to learn this dance and then perform it to unlock something. That was really neat.
I loved that.
And then we made our way to this back room that had like this contraption that like all came apart. It was all like metal work, and in each of these different like arms you would put a different gemstone. So we got to learn all about different gemstones. This was beautiful. This was such a cool part of this game. So you find all these different gemstones all over and put them in these little grabby arms, and then they would like spin around really fast, and then this other light would come in and it would show us on a map exactly where the treasure was. And
yeah, this was definitely like this, and also Secret of the Old Clock. Like this is when like there were definitely moments happening in these games where you're like, the animators behind this game are really trying to like step it up. Like we're getting like a full like cinema of like these like strange contraptions.
Absolutely.
It's very cool.
It was gorgeous.
Yeah, definitely.
So this character down here, at one point, we get off the train and we go to this like little like
Wild West town.
Yeah, it's like a touristy trap kind of like West town. And so this woman works at Copper Gorge.
Yeah,
I believe it's called. And we had to go there to like go. That's where the wife is buried in a mausoleum. And so we have got to do a bunch of puzzles there to get stuff. But we go to talk to this woman who owns a metal chest that was owned by Jay Curley. And we need it to get what's inside. I think her name's Fatima. And
that sounds right to me.
And we talk to her, and she finds out that we are on a train with Charlena Purcell.
Oh, right. She's a huge Charlena Purcell fan.
A huge fan. So we have to go ask Charlena for her autograph.
She won't give it to us, right?
She won't give it to us. We have to trick her into giving us an autograph. I don't remember how. I don't remember how we get her signature.
I think it's like saying that like we're signing like a legal document or something. Like she thinks she's signing something. Yeah. That woman sucked. It's like I don't like, you know, whatever. She's like a famous lady, but it's like if she's so up on like mysteries and like being like writing mystery novels, if we came up to her and were like, Ms. Purcell, like we are so close to cracking the case, the last piece we need is your autograph. Like why would she not do that for us?
Yeah, she could write the book.
Yeah.
We're not going to do that.
I'm not gonna write the book.
Definitely
I
not.
got stuff to do.
Yeah, we're busy. We're busy checking in on acquaintances, family members.
Yeah.
But she was very, like, I appreciated this woman for her insistence. She was like, you're getting me that autograph or you're never getting this chest. I liked it. We also had to, at some point, go in and work at Copper Gorge.
Oh, right. This is one of our first, like, cooking mini games.
It's definitely one that we have to do for information. And we get to do it as Joe.
We play a Hardy Boy.
Because I think it's a thing where it's like, there's an old man there who has memories and he talks all the time, but he'll start to forget and he'll start talking about something else, and then we have to finish an order and hit the ready bell because that, like, sparks him being like, another thing I remember about Jay Curley. And it's like, okay. Then we find out what we need, then we call Nancy, and then we go back to being Nancy.
So there's also a picture of Abraham Lincoln here.
Yep.
So the reason why that's here is because when we finally discover Jay Curley's treasure, it is a letter from Abraham Lincoln, right?
Yep.
Was it to Jay Curley?
Yes.
Yes. And so, like, we all started reading this letter, and Megan and I were talking about, like, how sort of silly this was. And I just sort of said off the cuff, like, I swear to God, if this letter ends with President Lincoln being like, well, see you later. The wife and I are gonna go to a play this evening. I'm gonna fucking die. And lo and behold, it ends exactly that way. So the reason why this letter is so valuable is because it is the last letter that Lincoln sent before he was assassinated.
Yup. It was definitely a, oh my gosh, I can't believe this went exactly the way that we thought it was gonna go.
It's like, well, oh, I'll write you back later. We're gonna go see a play this evening. Hope I don't get shot.
Yep.
So we have this next clip is two parts, and it's Megan and I laughing about samplers and about how we would not necessarily be good at this in this time period.
Oh, let me make sure.
Yeah, make sure the sound is up.
Yeah.
But also demonstrate to the world their mastery of an important womanly skill. Indeed, many a gentleman's head has been turned, and many a marriage fortified by a well-crafted sampler.
Megan, is that how you snagged Dan?
That is literally the only reason I married.
He was so impressed by your sampler.
Oh, his head was turned, and he was just like, damn, this marriage is gonna be fortified as fuck.
Perhaps that's why I don't have a husband. I need to needlepoint.
You need to step up your needlepoint game. Oh, fuck. I let my sampling skills slide. I got too focused on other things. I was playing.
Listen, I don't want to blame it on the sampler, Megan, but the sampler was left wanting.
Yeah. I just wasn't as good anymore, and so I had to get divorced.
Oh my god.
That's so good. Wow. Well, guess it wasn't as good as I thought it was. Guess my sampling skills weren't as amazing as I thought they were. Oh well.
But also demonstrate to the world their mastery of an important womanly skill.
Here we go. Hold on. Nope, there we go. So this was another one with these samplers. They had like a bunch of icons, and it was like, oh, you put this on a sampler because it represents this.
Yeah.
There is an alarming trend among some sampler makers to use only one stitch. the simple and rather plain cross-stitch. It behooves these women to remember that nothing catches the eye like variety, nor holds the heart like a multi-talented seamstress. Holy shit, Kim, you just got called out by a fake book in an Nancy Drew game! Oh, that sucks.
Maybe that's why I don't have a husband. I only know how to cross stitch.
That's it. I already forgot what the line was, but it basically called you simple.
I think we had, just before that clip, we had just been talking about the different types of stitches, and Kid's like, I just know how to cross stitch. And then the book was like,
I only know how to cross stitch.
It's
Meanwhile,
an alarming
Megan
trend.
can like fully embroider.
It was like, there's an alarming trend among some sampler makers to only use one stitch.
Listen, ain't nothing wrong with the cross
Ain't
stitch.
nothing wrong with the cross stitch.
Okay, now we get to one of my very favorite clips ever.
There is an alarming trend.
Come on.
You'll know the one.
This one. All right.
We know the one.
So this is,
Woof.
yeah, so this is them finding out about this old man at the restaurant, the diner, who knew information.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that was the result of good old-fashioned detective work.
It was the result of your insisting we stop for a cheeseburger.
Guys,
Joe knows
what's
what's up.
going on?
Well, it turns out that a grandchild of Jake's engineer still lives around here.
What's more, he hangs out at the local diner, comes in every day.
Apparently, he's pretty ancient.
Ah, and you found that out when you stopped there so Joe could get a hamburger.
Cheeseburger.
The thing is, the diner won't agree to point the guy out unless one of us fills in for a short-order cook.
He's got to go home and wait for the cable guy or something.
And since Joe here barely knows how to boil water, guess who got the job?
Oh.
I forgot about that. Oh my goodness. Cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger. That's just something that is just so, like, a throwaway line that is so memorable. It's so
It
good.
just lives in my head. That and
Yeah.
and the fact that they like close up on his
Yeah.
face. Cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger.
Dramatic zoom for cheeseburger.
that was the
Jack
result
says
of
they
good-
both look like they're wearing wigs.
Oh, absolutely.
100%.
Yeah, it was our first visual of the Hardy Boys. They go through some transformations.
They definitely have a few glow ups.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Next game. Danger
love
by
this.
Design.
I love this one.
This I have very mixed feelings about. There's a lot that I didn't like about it, but there were some aspects that I was like, this is so neat.
I do love the theme for this week though.
Yes. So, Danger by Design, we are being sent to go undercover for a famous fashion designer in Paris.
France. Yeah.
And so, since we're going to be interning for a fashion designer, our theme was, it's called fashion. Look it up.
So we went in broadly different directions with this one. Megan put on a badass outfit, and then I used this as an opportunity to sew and recreate Bjork's swan dress.
To finally make the swan dress.
And now I have it. Now it's in my closet. It's a full Bjork swan dress, and I love it so much.
It's very good.
It's
You did a
really,
very,
I'm really
very good
proud
job.
of it, actually. But Megan, I am obsessed with you. Look so hot in this photo.
This was incredibly difficult to actually pull together. Because I had kind of the pieces in my mind of what it was maybe going to be. I had to buy mini Pepsi cans. And this was get home from work, eat really quick, slam 2 mini cans of Pepsis so I could put them in my hair.
Yep.
And then I had to I had to cut a hole in the can to put a bobby pin through so that I could put just a ton of gel in my hair and blow dry it and form it around the can and then pin it in place. I actually have a video somewhere of me in the bathroom putting my hair in these cans, and Brad is standing there helping me, handing me bobby pins, and on his phone it's playing the Flight of the Conchords fashion song. He's like, I feel like you need some mood music. The pauldron is also Brad's. He's larger than I am, so it had to be. You can see right here on the shoulder, there's like a shoelace here because we had to create more straps to keep it up on my shoulder. Otherwise, it was just hanging off down here. But it was a really pretty dress, and it was a very fun outfit to put together. And
you looked incredible. You should wear armor more often.
I would love to wear armor more often. If this was in my size, I just wear it all the time.
Yeah, and like, oh god, Megan just rolling up to like the daily Zoom call, just like fully wearing
just
like a
clang,
full pauldron.
Just noises. I'll have to mute my mic the entire time. But yeah, this was definitely fun. This was part of his Ren Fair get up. So I was like, can I borrow that? And he was just like, yeah, absolutely.
Also, your blue lipstick looks really nice.
That was very fun. I was like, I'm gonna do the blue Pepsi. I got the blue hair. I got the blue everything makeup. This was fun.
Yeah, you look really good.
And
Jax serving it with the nukes.
So good.
Obsessed. You look incredible.
Absolutely.
I love the eye makeup. Okay, a lot happening here. I was immediately greeted by Minette's face.
Uh-huh. Okay,
so
run us through who we have here.
All right, oh boy. Well, I definitely remember our first one up here on the top left. That's Ms. Jingjing Ling, or Jingjing, whatever her name is. Yeah. Something like that. Yeah.
It's Jingjing.
Jingjing Ling, who is a model, right? She's she is Minette's model. And
I think she's from New Zealand.
Yeah. And she loves to make cookies. She bakes all the time. And also I think she says that she like lies all the time. She's like a chronic liar.
Oh yeah, something.
She's a chronic liar who loves to bake. So she's great.
Yeah, she's also like really good at like she's an electrician or something.
Yeah. She's great.
We are staying with her.
Yeah, she's our roommate. I forgot about that. Okay, then we have necklace. We have medallion. Jean Michel, I think.
Yeah, and is he paparazzi?
He's very French. What?
Is he paparazzi?
I thought he was like a magazine editor.
That sounds right. Yep. Yeah, he is a magazine editor.
Yeah.
And so we go to talk to him about some stuff. And I don't remember. I think he has us do some work for him.
Yeah,
I don't remember what it is though.
And then we have Dieter. Yep. He's German. And he's a photographer, right? Because he's the one that makes us do that Darkroom Puzzle.
Yes, and he dated Minette.
Okay, I forgot about that detail. That's important. And then we have our fellow intern, Heather, yes.
She's Heather. She's Minette's assistant.
Yeah.
Yes. And she's like trying to be her own fashion designer.
Oh, she wants to be her own fashion designer.
And so then we have Minette, who is our fashion designer. She's also our bad guy because we were brought in to check out Minette because she had been acting very erratic and having wild tantrums and suddenly started wearing this mask and nobody knows why. And she was like, it's part of the process. It's very secretive. And her investors are like, what is going on? So you go undercover as a fashion designer. So that's what we did.
Yeah, and so what was Minette trying to do?
So it ended up being
she was smut, there was like a whole spy angle, right? Like
she was creating
some
a
of
dress.
The clothes were bugged, weren't they?
Yeah, she was creating the dress that was going to be worn by the wife of the president.
Right, yes.
At a fancy gala or something.
Yeah.
And so she was hired by, I don't know, other politicians that were trying to get information.
Another shady organization.
Russia or something. Like, there were, like, 2 men that we overheard, and she was her fashion line for, like, her spring collection or something was behind because she was spending all her time making this dress and, like, bugging this dress.
Yeah.
But
we do eventually uncover her scheme, and expose her.
And then,
so let's get to the next slide.
Yeah, and then we have to fight her.
Then we have to fight her.
Literally fight her. And so
we have to literally fight her. Literally fight her. And so she is an expert on some kind of martial art. And this game is wild to me. This game is almost like a there is a lack of a purple rose, really. Because if you it is entirely possible that you get all the way to the end of this game and you have no idea what this martial art is, and you also have no idea how to counter it. And that's because there is a book that is sold in like the marketplace that is about this martial art, but it is optional to pick up, and you are at no point ever required to do so.
Yep. And the entire point of having this book is you go through and you see that there are these like 9 different attacks, and there is a certain phrase that is said before each one of these attacks is made. So you kind of learn to associate the word with the attack, and so she says the word and then you block that attack.
Yeah, and so like if you didn't know, like if you just like didn't buy that book, then you would get to the very end of this game and be like, well, I don't know. Yep. I guess I just keep replaying this until I memorize what all of these do. Luckily, Megan had played this before, and Megan remembered this and made sure that we picked up the book. But yes, so I think this is the only time in which we have actually like fought the culprit.
Physical altercation? Yeah, I believe so.
Like occasionally, sometimes we have like a high-speed chase. And often they are like leaving us to die somewhere and we have to get out.
Yeah.
Or we're like trapping them somehow. But I think this is the first time that Nancy's ever like...
This is the first hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah, this is the first time Nancy's ever fought before.
On screen. There's no way that this is the first time, but...
No.
The first time we see.
No.
So then we beat her. She falls down. The mask comes off. And we find out the entire reason she's been wearing this mask is she got into like this state where she was like, I'm going to be impulsive, and got a tattoo of an alien on her face and was really embarrassed.
Yeah, so that's the whole reason for the face mask, is just to hide a regrettable face tattoo.
Yep. So our job in this one, undercover fashion intern. This right here, this is the park that we go around, and there are 3 different vendors who just have an assortment of things every day for various prices, and you can haggle with them to try and say like how much you want to spend. And then there are certain things throughout the game that you do have to buy. That was a really difficult puzzle because Manette would be like, I'm inspired by things that are round like, and blue.
Pointy.
Or pointy. And then like you'd have to go and be like, I guess I'm buying this traffic cone. And I guess I'm buying this film canister. And a lot of it's like, is this trash or is it art? And if that's not, it's called fashion, look it up. I don't know what is.
Yeah, it's true.
One of the vendors does paintings. So this is how we make money in this game. We have 2 paintings that we can do. There's a Mona Lisa and there's a vase full of flowers. And that one takes forever.
The flower one takes forever, and you are paid the same amount of money, and so we just did the Mona Lisa all the time.
I got real good at flying through this.
You flew. We painted the Mona Lisa so many times.
Yeah. We could basically just forge it at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. We're a master at this. Another appearance from Sunny June in this game. Sunny June is back. Sunny June is a former assistant of Manette's. This guy gets around.
His CV is as versed as Nancy's, honestly.
It's true. Sunny's got a lot of skills.
Kim had mentioned the Darkroom Puzzle. So at one point, Dieter is like, I need these photos developed before I can talk to you about XYZ. So we have to go in here, and the entire thing is learning which solution these pieces of paper have to go in to be able to be developed.
For how many seconds?
Yep. Per tray.
Yeah. But the thing is that you can sort of get a look at all of this, and you're like, all right, yeah, I do this bin for 10 seconds, push this button, this bin for 8 seconds, push this button, dry it over here, do this.
Which is
and
not that complicated.
Not that complicated. And then when you actually try the puzzle, it happens in complete darkness. Like, you are clicking on a black screen, so you just you have to memorize where it goes, and also randomly Dieter will just shout numbers.
Yep, as you're counting.
And there is no clock on the wall. It is entirely just like how well Megan and I can count seconds.
Yep.
While it's in complete darkness and clicking on the right thing, and if you get it wrong, it explodes, because that's what happens in dark rooms.
Yep. You knock over a bottle of chemicals and everything explodes. And we had to do it so many times.
And so this is one of these puzzles where, similar to the magnet puzzle in Shadow Ranch, you can cheat your way out of it. Like, there is a dev allowed skip for this puzzle. It's something like if you like walk in and walk out of the room like a bunch of times, you can then do the puzzle with the lights on.
Yep, didn't know that.
We sure didn't know that.
We have learned many of these by the Nancy Drew Facebook fan group that we're in. Also, I have seen pictures of people doing this puzzle and just putting like sticky notes or pieces of tape on their TV or on their computer screen.
I mean, that's what you'd have to do, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't. It just, yeah, you have to die a million times and then just memorize it. It was very stressful.
Yeah.
Kim also mentioned earlier cookies.
Mm-hmm.
So at one point we need information from Jing Jing, and she tells us we have to make her special recipe for these cookies, bake them, and then call her and tell them what is special about them so she knows that we did it right. Do you remember?
And what was the special thing? They, like, the edges, like, flipped up, right?
The edges curled up. They were very thin and flat, and then all the edges went... It was odd. They looked delicious.
Again, all the food in this game looks amazing.
Yeah. This up here was a Minette's thing was like, I need tea, and I need this specific blend for what mood I'm in. So we had an entire pamphlet book that was like, if she has done this thing today, if she has forgotten to water the plants, then do this.
And like, if her favorite color is red, it's this.
Yeah.
And like, it kind of reminds me of the alchemy of like the sort of like making remedy stuff that we do in Midnight in Salem, like so many games from now. But like, it's very similar of like, if she's talking about this, then you want to use this herb or stuff like that.
Right.
And it's a lot of like kind of like what seems like conflicting information, and like very, you know, like if it says that her favorite color isn't blue, then you don't want this. And it's like, okay, like there's a lot of, I don't know what's happening.
It took us a couple times to get it right.
It did, yeah.
Another job that we have as an intern is to put together the pieces for this fall line, or like these different, it was like a compilation for some woman or something, right, where she wanted these sent in.
Yeah, she was like it was someone that Minette was like a personal stylist for this person or something.
And it was I think it was like a really great person to talk to on the phone. I can't remember who it was, but I feel like she gave 50 Wings vibes.
She was she was definitely elderly and definitely 50 Wings.
But these were the results.
These were because our client had several like requests in terms of, you know, like, I want it to be this color, or like I want to like cover my legs, or like I want to wear fuzzy socks, and these were the acceptable outfits. Like this is what, so that's what this old lady's wearing on the cruise.
Yeah, so we had to do a head covering, a face covering, a top, bottom, shoes, and a purse. And so it was like no black purses with red pants, and nothing with fur on them if there is, you know, plaid involved or something. And so we had to like deduce, okay, I guess she's wearing a bunny face and ears on a cruise.
And like a fuzzy bra.
Yep.
Like, I'm
And a
fascinated.
pineapple
Like,
purse.
what, Megan, what cruise is she going
I don't know, but I want to find out.
Yeah, can we go?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
And then this last part, so we are trying, the actual, like, mystery in this game, we are trying to find all of this artwork that was hidden to save it by this woman who... Noisette? I think her name was?
Yes.
Because it was a whole thing where she stole all this art to hide it, to protect it. And so we got to go to the catacombs and go and swim through, like, all these tunnels and stuff to, like, find where she hid this art. It was really cool.
Oh my god. It was cool, but it was like we got so lost.
Yeah, because you drown if you don't do it in time, and we definitely took a while. Yes, it was definitely hiding it from the Nazis. It was so cool to, like, read all of her journal entries and to find this trove of art. And then the Minette thing was just kind of like an also.
Yeah.
That wasn't like, we were like, we don't care about this as much. Next game!
Okay. This game's not very good.
There's some neat aspects to it. Overall, we've got some issues.
We have some, yeah, there are some things to like in this game. It's a cool location. The Hardy Boys are back, and we can actually, like, freely play as the Hardy Boys, which is pretty cool. In fact, like, the Hardy Boys kind of do, like, the bulk of, like, the sort of sleuthing for a lot of this.
Yeah, it's a lot of back and forth, like,
yeah.
Who's in charge right now? Hey, buddy. You're okay. There's nobody there. Oh, dog.
Can you show us the doggo?
Yeah, if I can pick him up. Come here, baby. Oh, boy. Say hello, Malcolm in his Mr. Detective's debut.
Oh.
Can you say hello? You just sit here with me for a second. You'll be okay. There's nobody outside. Yeah, we need to get some channel points up for Malcolm, too, because he's always home with me, so I'll be able to be like, what's Finn up to? What's Malcolm up to?
Oh, yeah.
So we get to do a lot of cool stuff in this game, but also there we go. We are here to be an assistant entomologist?
Yeah.
I never knew Nancy was into bugs, but
we're gonna learn about bugs,
which is pretty neat. But
yeah.
I think that's our initial reason for being here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why Nancy's here. I forget why the Hardy Boys are here. Are they just chilling?
They are undercover.
Right.
Oh, are they working at the factory?
I thought they were working at Big Island
They're staying
Mike's.
at Big Island Mike's.
Yeah.
Right? Shit, I don't remember.
What are the Hardy Boys doing here?
I don't know. Why are you in Hawaii?
Why are you here?
But we get to our campsite, and it's trashed. It's just, everything's broken. So our theme was Beach and Bugs.
Beach and Bugs, a new location for Megan.
Yep, so this was my second location. No longer in my old bedroom. And this was my... I did Monarch Butterfly. That was an old Halloween costume.
Yeah, I was like, this is definitely giving very Halloween costume vibes.
Oh yeah, I won first place in a sexiest costume competition with this look.
It does look quite sexy. Is that why you put a cardigan over it?
I was freezing. That's another reason that I put a cardigan over it. It is very... I definitely did, like, the thigh-high white tights and then just, like, a ninja sword. And
good. That
got me first place. But I was like, I'm very cold, so I'm gonna put on the sweater because it's like I'm coming out of a cocoon.
And then I like 1,000% like took a shower right before the stream started, so I had wet hair, and then just put a bathing suit on.
Yeah, this was nice. This was a nice, easy, like, because I had just moved to Indy. Like, this was staying in my friend's guest room. Let's do the stream. This
was also the first appearance of the succulent for my desk, who is actually still with us.
Awesome!
Still going strong.
That's fantastic! I forgot all about that. Okay, so Beach and Bugs, and then we had a really great...
love this. I love the sunscreen on the nose.
It's given me some good, like, lifeguard vibes. Yeah, the sunscreen on the nose. This was Seth. This is great. So this was an interesting split here. So we did not have a ton of NPCs in this game. This is Dr. Quigley?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so this was the person that we were hired to come be an assistant for.
This is the bug doctor.
This is our bug doctor lady. And then this...
She is constantly, like, repelling in and out of sight.
Yep. She's
constantly dropping into frame and then, like, immediately zooming back out.
Because I think she's studying something that's up in the tree.
Yeah.
And so she is, she's up there, and then we'll ask her something, and she'll, like, call down to us, or she'll just, like, repel into scene. It's really cool.
It's very cool. I wish I could do that.
I don't, yeah, right? It looked really fun. I don't... Oh,
Who is this guy?
Seth says, I believe my costume was a disgruntled dad who would rather be fishing. That's good.
I see that now.
So yeah, so this guy here...
He had such a, like, I am the villain name.
Yeah.
It was like
Dr. Evil.
No, it was
Bad
like
Guy. I don't remember.
No, okay, no, I have to.
Yeah, look it up.
I have to look it up. Yes, I was absolutely right. Dr. Malachi Craven.
Yeah.
And you're telling me this is not the villain in this game?
And he basically runs this, like, corporation that's genetically modifying plants, and it's like, okay, yeah, sure.
Absolutely probably evil. Just did not happen to be the culprit in this specific instance.
And he had very, like, I will fire you with, like, no notice. Like, if you don't take a personal day, like, I'm a very bad boss.
He also loved naps.
He did. It was very easy to sleep
all the time so that we could look through his bag.
Yep. So we get here, and there's something weird going on with, like, silkworms or something.
Mm-hmm.
And a bunch of the pineapple crop is dying. And it's, like, very, like, detrimental to the environment. And so we're trying to figure out what's going on. And it ends up being our bad guy, or two bad guys. And there was a little bit of, like, oh, this is some weird gray area. I think of, like, Big Island Mike, Big Mike, and then his daughter, Pua. They run, like, a tourist, like, excursion business. And so, like, he sets you up with, like, some, like, off-roading stuff, and, like, there's some seashell things, and then she teaches surfing. And it was something like their business was being put in danger or something because of this corporation coming in, and, like, they were trying to drive them out of business or something.
Yeah.
So they were destroying the pineapple crop, which is, you know, I get it. Again, they kind of lose some of that credibility when they're like, let's escape this volcano before Nancy does and leave her here because nobody can know.
Yeah, this is another instance where it's like, I see where the two of you are coming from. And, like, I probably would have been on your side had you not left me for dead inside of a volcano.
Yeah. So it was a little like, bless you. What's your deal? What's up, bud? You good? Okay. Bless you. It was kind of like we didn't see this coming at all. This is kind of...
And the reason why we didn't see this coming at all, I don't think it was a failure on us. I think this was just a very half-baked mystery.
Yeah. And then we got to see Frank and Joe Hardy.
The Hardy Boys are back, and they have changed.
They've definitely changed.
Joe has got this long, swoopy hair now.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Joe looks younger now.
I would say he looks older. This isn't the best picture that shows, but he definitely has, like, his facial structure has changed completely.
Okay. Well, he seems a lot smaller, I guess.
I mean,
and not just because he's standing.
Not because of the perspective. He seems really small. I don't know what happened.
really strangely proportioned compared to Frank.
And then basically Frank has just been at the gym since last Train to Blue Moon.
He is looking good. I think this is the first time where Frank has kind of like expressed having a bit of a crush on Nancy.
Oh, I don't remember that.
I think so. And I think this is also the first time where like Ned has kind of been like a little sus about Frank Hardy.
Gracious.
Because this is the first time where and this happens a few times where we're on the phone with Ned and then we immediately hang up because we're like, the Hardy Boys are here.
Yeah, I think I do remember that because she was just like, I gotta go. I just ran into Frank and Joe Hardy. And he's just like, cool.
This is also the birth of You're Not Telling Me Enough About Your Dead Mom. I mean, we've definitely had some characters with dead moms in the past, but Frank and Joe are relentless in terms of interrogating Pua about her dead mom.
Yep. It's weird. It was like, we have no option but to keep pushing with this dialogue. We put up a pic. We didn't have a lot from this game, but we put up a picture of the necklace.
All the necklaces we had to make, yeah.
Which we didn't do a lot. We basically had to do them for money, I think. But finding shells was like near impossible. So we didn't do great with that. This was a lot of it had to do with like,
we did so much science in this game.
Yeah, it was a lot of science. It was a lot of entomology. So we did a whole lot of collecting samples from different parts of around this campsite, and then
sorting through and like picking out the bug parts
the
and picking out
and
the
seeds and the insects.
frass.
Yeah,
I never knew what that word meant until this moment. But I do now. And then we would have to like weigh them and then also like log like where we got it and like what the temperature was. Like it's like, and we had to do this at like, I swear, like 8 different sites and like make sure that like all the data matched up. Like this is while Frank and Joe Hardy were like doing mystery stuff and, you know, interrogating suspects and like doing puzzles, Nancy was doing science for this entire game.
Nancy was doing like college, like extracurricular, like padding out her application.
Nancy was just weighing samples and taking notes of how much of like the like percentage of frass inside of this sample.
And then this last puzzle we included because this is probably the most difficult Nancy Drew puzzle I've ever had to do. I don't even remember why we had to do it, but it had to do with genetically modifying these.
We were inside of Dr. Malachi Craven's lab.
Yep.
I love that name so much.
It's very good. And
Dr. Malachi Craven.
Dr. Malachi Craven. I don't know why we had to do this, but we had to, and it had to do with genetically modifying these flowers. We had to hit all of these colors in a certain order to get them all to bloom the right level.
And it was, you know, and it was one of those things of like, you know, if you hit this lever, then like one flower gets like blooms, but then like 2 of them don't, and you're trying to like do them in the right order. This took us so long.
I'm usually okay at those. This had too many options, and I was exhausted. And I seriously, at some point, I think I left to go, like use the bathroom and like clear my head. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna come back. I feel like this might have been one that we looked up.
I think we did.
We never tried to resort.
Do that.
We did not want to resort to that, but it was like we're gonna be here all night. We spent a very long time on it.
Yeah.
So yes, an entomologist research assistant was our job here.
That's mostly what we did. Okay, this clip is hilarious to me. So let's do a little bit of a setup for this before we watch it. So at one point, Big Island Mike is like holding on to like a key piece of information, but he won't give it up until we correctly guess his favorite combination of flavors of shave ice. And so for each sort of scoop of shave ice, you can do 3 different flavors. And so the idea of this puzzle is that you're supposed to just do sort of like 3 random flavors, and he'll be like, well, I really liked one of these, or, you know, stuff like that. And then just try to like figure out through that context what the correct group of flavors was. Mm-hmm. Or you can just do what Megan did.
So, full disclosure, I had played this game before. years and years ago. So when I did this, my first goal, and Kim and I were talking while I did it, my first thought was, what do I want right now?
No.
Mango, coconut. Coconut, mango.
That should do it. Now I'll just take this to Big Island Mike and hope that it's his favorite flavor.
Do we have to remember each one that we did? Coconut, mango, lime.
Want something else?
Got a shave ice for you to try.
Let's have. You did it. That was my favorite flavor combination. Lime, coconut, and mango. I call it Honey Awa. That's Hawaiian for sour kiss.
You and I are doing the same pose.
Are we?
Yeah. I'll clip that later.
Okay.
How'd you know?
I'm gonna play that again because
Wow.
that is one of my favorite reactions of mine ever. Of just like, oh, like it was, no way, are you fucking kidding? Because I was like, okay, we gotta remember, because I couldn't remember if it was like, we have to guess the 3 flavors, do we all have to, we also have to get them in 1, 2, 3, or I was like, man, this is gonna take forever to get right.
No.
Mango.
Can hope for you to try.
Let's have. You did it. That was my favorite. Coconut. And
Oh!
Honey Awa.
This is made all the sweeter with the knowledge that actually Megan and I can never see each other, like, each other's video.
Yeah. I always have like the chat open somewhere else, but this was very much like I was looking at chat or something, and it was like I just got distracted, and I was just like had this moment of like, did you guys see this?
Oh, good stuff.
Very good.
Good stuff.
Oh, thanks for the follow, Becklin.
Thank you.
No.
All right, let's see what else we got here. Oh, next game.
Oh, I like this one.
White Wolf of Icicle Creek. This one
And then
was...
I hate this one. I have mixed feelings about this one.
Yeah, there was a lot that happened in this game, but it gave us some treasures.
Indeed.
So in this one, we were brought out. I don't think we were on vacation, right?
No, I think we were specifically brought here to this lodge
Because things have been going wrong.
Right? Yes, we are undercover, right? Because our cover is being the hotel maid.
Yes.
Yes.
And we were brought out here by the owner to help figure out what's been going on. People have been seeing this white wolf. It's kind of got Shadow Ranch vibes. So people keep seeing this white animal, and things are going
like bad things are happening. Yeah.
Like a curse.
Mm-hmm.
So this was winter. This was our theme.
I dressed as a wolf.
So yeah, Kim did the white wolf, and then I put on my scarf and my winter coat and my hat, and I made a huge mug of cider.
Was this your apartment?
This is now our 3rd location. So I had just moved into my new apartment.
Because this is not the orientation that you stayed with in
Nope.
terms of where your computer was.
Nope, I did end up moving it. But this was my first setup. And I had just moved in. Oh, you look so cute. I love your lipstick.
Thank you. God, remember when I used to put on makeup for these streams?
I know, I was like,
do.
That's great.
Remember when I tried? Remember
when we tried? I was just gonna say, like, I love my eyeliner in this. I don't know how to do that. I don't know what about it is different from how I do it now, but it's not how it looks anymore.
I've never learned how to do eyeliner.
Oh, I just found a really easy, like, super simple hack for it that I've been doing. I'll teach you.
Nice, okay.
Let's see. So, mystery and bad guy.
Oh my god. This is a good game.
So, to go through here, we are pretending to be the maid. We have a bunch of, like, maid duties to do. This gentleman here, I don't remember his name, but he's kind of like the handyman, like helps keep things running.
Oh god, yeah, what is his name?
The rest of these are guests. I don't remember. Dex? Is his name Dexter?
Ollie?
Maybe it's Ollie. Who am I thinking? I don't know. Then we have Harry Potter and William H. Macy and And they are guests. I think he's from the area, and then this is like a college student they came out here.
But they also appear to be best friends.
Yeah.
They are constantly together.
Yeah. And then this
In fact,
lady...
I thought that they were traveling together. Are they not traveling together?
don't think so.
They're just vacation besties.
Is this one, is she, I want to say her name's like Genevieve or something, and she...
I thought it was like Guadalupe.
That might be right. I know it starts with a G. And I can't remember why any of them are here.
Okay. She is a bird watcher, right?
Or is that her cover?
Right? Am I making... Oh, wait, no, yes. Yes, she is supposed to be a bird watcher, but she's actually like some like
environmentalist,
like radical environmentalist.
Yes, that's right.
Yep. Lou Talbot is just like he's just like a student. I think he's just here on vacation.
That's Harry Potter?
Yeah, he's like he's just like he's very California. I don't know what William H. Macy is doing here.
Yeah, but our last guest is
Yanni.
He is a skier.
He's an Olympic skier.
An Olympic skier for a country that doesn't exist.
Like, where is it?
I don't remember.
What's the name of his country?
I don't know, but Fredonia?
Yes? Fredonia.
Is that right?
I think maybe.
Something like that.
Sounds right.
It
Something like
sounds
that.
like it could be.
Fredonia. He's an Olympic skier for Fredonia.
So he is out here training, but he's not. He is out here looking for uranium.
Actually, like a spy for Fredonia.
And he is causing mischief to get people out of here so that he can continue to look for uranium.
But he is committed to the cover story of Olympic skier because we never see him out of that outfit.
Mm-mm.
Okay, a lot going on here.
A lot of puzzles.
A lot of puzzles happening. First of all, let's admire the good doggo.
Yeah, so this is Isis.
She is the white wolf of Icicle Creek. We love her.
Turns out the guy who originally owned the cabin that the lodge is right now, I don't remember his deal, but at
some point he was like almost freezing to death, right?
Yes,
and this wolf saved his life.
Because we found the cabin where he was like living. And then this wolf showed up and helped us. And she brought us a coat when we were freezing. Yeah,
so like the man was almost dying, and this wolf saved his life, and so then he and the wolf like developed this like very, very deep like friendship and like mutual respect for each other, and he was able to teach Isis a bunch of like tricks and commands. She was like hella smart.
She learned all these commands, and then there was something about this like mine that she would go through and hit switches. And I don't remember what we found at the end, but she helped us out a lot, and she was beautiful.
Yeah, she was so good.
We had a couple of very difficult puzzles in this game. So up here, this wasn't as bad, but it was like a minesweeper. It was very fun.
Minesweeper.
We wanted to put that there. And then this one wasn't a puzzle. This was just to get a hand warmer. We needed hand warmers to go out in the tundra. And to get them, we needed to get them from this little girl, Freddie.
We need to kill this child.
Who is the daughter of Ollie, the handyman. And to get it from her, she wanted us to beat her in a snowball fight. So she just shows up at different points of the snow fort, and we just, like, bomb her in the face. Like, she full on goes, ugh! Like, arms up back, and we hit her backwards, just right in the face. It was amazing.
Nancy's just sniping this child with snowballs.
It was really difficult
in the face.
To not spend a really lot. We were like, at some point, like, this is fun. We probably shouldn't spend a good amount of this stream just hitting a child in the face repeatedly. And now a few of the difficult puzzles, we have this ice flow, which was like, if you step on one, the adjacent ones disappear. And so it was easy to like corner yourself and not be able to move.
This actually, I swear to God, this was the same puzzle that happened to us in Kapu Cave.
It's very similar.
Just, this is, instead of being
lava,
ice on icy water, it was like stones on lava, but it was the exact same thing.
It was very similar. And then this, we got locked in a sauna.
Okay, I hated this puzzle.
Yeah.
This was one of the few games where I was driving.
Yeah.
and I hated every moment of it.
So this picture of this puzzle is like the solution. We just had the different pipes. And normally, these type of games in Nancy Drew are click on it and it turns. So you just have to put them together. This one, if you clicked on one, it moved another random one.
Yeah,
and we had a limited amount of time.
And you were trapped in the sauna, and you had a limited amount of time to do all of these very specific clicks of like, click this one once, then click this one twice, then click this one once, then click this one 2 times, in order to make a like continuous like pipe from beginning to end. And like it was so hard where it was like, for a while I couldn't even see like what I was trying to do or where I was trying to go.
Yeah.
And so we were constantly dying in this sauna, and like what?
He hears his mom coming home. Hold on.
Oh.
Hey, bud. He's been snuggling with me on screen. Yeah, and I was trying to help Kim by saying, click on this pipe, but she couldn't see me.
I couldn't see you. I couldn't see where you were pointing.
So I had to go, okay, to the right, go up a little bit. Okay, that one there. Hit that one twice. And she was like, I don't know what's happening. It was one of the most difficult puzzles for us to like cooperate on. I felt really bad that I couldn't help her properly.
No, Megan, it was okay. It was my fault. It was my fault. I just got so overwhelmed.
It was a hard puzzle.
So we, as we've said, we were here undercover investigating mysterious accidents. We were also the hotel maid. And then also we were the cook. We did a lot of stuff at this hotel.
Mm-hmm.
And so we had to, like 3 times a day, in addition to all of our sleuthing, and puzzle solving, and also making people's beds, we had to make meals. So we had to do breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And we had to make meals for everybody. And so we had an entire like intricate cooking mini game that changed 3 times a day. And we made like some of the most like delicious looking things I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my gosh.
Those little circles of like Canadian bacon look so yummy to me right now.
Yeah, the French toast, I'm just like, oh, holy shit. Yeah, this was one. Kim famously does not enjoy cooking.
No.
In general, so the fact that she had to do it multiple times a day.
3 times a day?
And I love cooking, and I love cooking mini games, so I was very sad that this was one of the ones that I wasn't playing, because I was like...
I was in hell.
Yeah, you did amazing, though. You did really good for not being as comfortable.
I got really good at it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you did.
I got really good.
But yeah, it was wild how much they made us do, because I forgot about making people's beds. I know we had to collect their laundry and like put it down. We had to go get the new bag, go to all the rooms, get the laundry, put it down a chute, make sure we were making dinner by certain times, and then also try and get out and about before the sun went down.
Yeah, and while also doing your 3 meals a day.
Yeah.
We were really busy in this game.
Yeah, it was rough.
There is this very weird picture of Yanni up in the top right that I love, just because the end, similar to Secret of the Old Clock, there was a like driving like game or sort of like mechanic where but instead of a car, we had a snowmobile. Mm-hmm. So there would be times when we would have to pilot the snowmobile. And you have to do this little, like, essentially, like, flash game of, like, Nancy sort of, like, moving around and, like, dodging obstacles.
Through the trees, yeah.
Getting through the trees, not hitting a rock. And the very end of the game ends with trying to chase Yanni, who is an Olympic cross-country skier.
I don't know why he didn't do that instead.
Yeah, does not ski away. Instead, boards a snowmobile, and we have to chase Yanni down, and eventually Yanni crashes, not into a pile of pies like Jane in Secret of the Old Clock, but just onto the ground, and then just like really gives us just like a full eyeful of Yanni, just a view.
This game was just in general eyefuls of Yanni.
Yeah. Oh, we'll get there.
We'll get to
eyefuls of Yanni. So then at the bottom here, Fox and Geese.
Famously one of the most hated puzzles in the Nancy Drew games.
People have a lot of very strong feelings about Fox and Geese.
Yeah.
I hate Fox and Geese.
It's not fun.
we were so bad at this.
It's definitely very tricky. It's definitely one of those ones where it's like, you move a token, and if there's an empty space on the other side, the wolf can jump and eat the geese. So you need to try to use the geese to maneuver the wolf to certain corners. We had to play this multiple times.
You had to play this 3 times in order to...
I think we had to do it 4 times. We had to do it initially to kind of learn it. And then it was like, once we unlocked that it was a puzzle, it was a purple rose thing of how you could beat it, but you're not getting what you need until you find out that you need it.
I swear to God, this is also another one where there is a dev, like, approved skip where you don't have to do Fox and Geese.
I would hope so, but it was intense. It was really exhausting to try and get through and figure out the strategy of how to do it. But we did it.
Yeah. Man, this game was so hard. I remember people in chat being like, we would make a move and they'd be like, oh, you shouldn't have moved there, and then that whole turn would be wasted.
Yeah, or we'd get like really, really far and realize, oh no, I just made the wrong move. Oh no.
Oh boy, it was so tough.
Another part of this we don't have up here was we at some point call Tino Balducci.
Oh, Tino is here. Well, he's not here, like in Canada here, but he is present in the game. And he is also investigating the accidents and needs us to make profiles of like suspect profiles of all the people at this hotel.
And with weird questions.
With very strange questions. Like God, what were the questions? They were like,
yeah, I can't remember what they were, but it was like, this is not something that I would have ever expected.
Like, do they like paprika? Oh, like, just like really strange. Okay, here we go. So, Megan, I need you to answer these questions for me. I'm making a profile for you.
You're putting a profile together, good.
Yeah. Which side of the bed do you get up from? The left or the right?
The left.
Okay. Hometown?
Kyle, South Dakota.
Okay. Which planet in the solar system do you identify with most?
Do I identify with the most?
You identify with most.
Oh, boy. I'm gonna go with Neptune.
Okay. Do you hate paprika?
I like paprika.
Okay. So yeah, I think Megan, I'm gonna say that you're innocent for this.
Okay, I was gonna say, like, am I a murderer? Is this something that I need to know?
Surprise. Officers?
Oh,
take her away.
I mean, gross. Paprika? Gross.
Gross.
Hate it. Did you say, you said paprika.
Only murderers like paprika, Megan. No. That was your first mistake.
Obviously, it never murdered anyone, so it's fine. It's obviously fine.
Obviously fine. Let's get to the clips. So this very first one, even though Yanni's on the screen, this one is not about Yanni. We're gonna get a clip that's all about Yanni. This first one actually is about Tass. It's about pickles.
If Tass is still in the chat.
I don't know if Tass is still here, but Tass, you have.
Okay, so this has been brought up times before, which is why it gets brought up again now. But Tass famously enjoys like pickles. Like he has like a jar of pickles that they're like the little baby pickles, and so he gets a bunch of them. And he calls it a pickle treat.
Treat.
He just really enjoys having a pickle treat now and then. And so this is the clip.
I love me some pickles.
I love pickles, but I don't like them on burgers.
Just like a loose pickle, just like
I love me a loose pickle.
like Tass with his pickle treat.
Okay, no, okay, I've actually shared a pickle treat with Tass. It's not a weird thing at all.
Sharing a pickle treat with Tass sounds like something we need to talk to HR about.
Oh shit. I never used to like mustard until about 5 years ago, and now I can't get enough. I don't like mustard unless it's like being used to make deviled eggs.
I'm fine. I'm kind of jealous that you guys hang out and like eat pickles and stuff. I am jealous that you guys hang out and eat pickles.
Because I just moved to Indy. I was just in my new apartment, and like not long before this, I had gone over to Jake and Tass's place for the first time. And Tass was having a pickle treat, and he was like, would you like, he always offers me some of whatever he's snacking on. He's like, would you like some? I'm like, oh, pickle treat, yes. And it was great.
Like, you know, and this was like Megan had just moved, and before she and I were like, oh, it'll be so nice for you to be able to like hang out with like the guys and, you know, not be like just just recording from remote all the time. And I was still just feeling a little like, man, I wish I could hang out with people and just like,
I wish I could hang out in person and not have to live in Indiana.
yeah. Oh God. Yeah. The dream. If you all could move out to LA.
I don't think I could survive out there. I think that's too much city for me.
Too much city?
Yeah. The town I'm from is like 800 people max. I don't think I could handle that.
All right, but we know what you're all here for. The newest addition to our growing list. Let's do a very, very little quick recap. We've got Charlie in the Walls. Hot Dave in the Cellar.
Hot Dave in the Cellar.
Then we've got this individual right here, and you're gonna learn why he gets the name Thick Yanni in the Basement.
Wow, that is wow, don't do that. I don't.
No, don't stand up straight. Back up.
Don't stand up straight. Sir. Sir. Oh no!
Oh no! What have we done? No! How low he gets! Damn!
The arch in his back.
Fucking squat he does to wax his skis.
Oh no! Oh no!
That lower back then.
Look at this! Look at what's happening right here.
He's so into it. Oh my god. This is
no.
amazing.
Oh no!
Oh, some artist,
someone made that,
lovingly sculpted that Yanni character model.
They knew what they were doing. They knew what they were teaching us.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congrats, Yanni.
It's all that skiing.
Skiing.
You can't.
You're in a constant squat when you're skiing.
Yeah, you can't cross country ski. You can't be an Olympic cross country skier and not have a bod like that.
Man,
yeah, it's a shame he was the bad guy.
It was high. It was tight. It was sculpted.
Yeah.
Someone set the booty slider to 11 and left it there.
Okay, next game.
Oh, I love this one.
This one's pretty great. This one had a lot of really, really, really fun moments in it. Yeah.
So, Nancy Drew, Legend of the Crystal Skull, not to be confused for the Indiana Jones film of a very similar name. This is, the theme was Megan and I really struggled with this theme. Yeah. And so we decided to do New Orleans, and I put on a Mardi Gras mask and called it a day, and Megan made beignets.
Yep. I was like,
wore gold.
We're gonna do colors, and I'm gonna make beignets because I'd never made them before. They were amazing. They turned out perfect. My apartment filled with smoke, and I had to open the balcony door and like open my front door and like create a draft to try and get all of the smoke out of my apartment so my alarms wouldn't go off in time to be on the stream.
Perfect. They look wonderful though.
They were so good. They don't keep well, and it wasn't really convenient for me to get them to anybody else, so a lot of them ended up getting thrown away, unfortunately.
Man, that's too bad. They look great though.
It was good. I love your color scheme there. I was going through my closet and I was like, I don't have a lot of options, so I was happy to have what I had.
I did have a purple corset for my burlesque days.
And your purple lipstick matched beautifully. It was very good.
Thank you.
And then Mystery and Bad Guy.
Ooh.
Already adding another man to our roster of beautiful Nancy Drew men.
Meet my ex-boyfriend, Henry Belay.
Henry Belay.
Literally, for those of you who have listened to Coin and have listened to Coin Kim mention that she had an ex-boyfriend named Henry who was a vampire, was 1,000% named after this man.
Yep.
Henry Belay. He's rich. He's sad. What more do you need?
He's a sad, sickly mausoleum boy.
He is the sad, sickly mausoleum boy.
So we are actually here for him. He is Ned's old roommate.
Yeah.
Right?
Ned needs us to check in on his very depressed friend.
Yeah. So we come to New Orleans to this estate, and it's really cool. There's a lot of really, really neat things that happen, but we get there, and Henry's father has passed away, and he's dealing with the, like, many things that you have to go through when that happens. He says, oh my god, they were roommates. Yeah. So we are here checking out the grounds. I don't remember exactly what we're trying to figure out, but we get there and there's a person in a like a skull mask that like throws a smoke bomb and like steals something and dips.
And like steals something and disappears. Yes.
Bess is with us. She is staying at the hotel, and so she is a person that we switch back and forth controlling because Nancy stays at Henry's place. And then Bess,
giving Henry her full attention.
If we need to talk to this gentleman who's always outside, there's like a gumbo food truck. And so Bess goes and has food with him and they talk, and it's very lovely. They have very lovely conversations. And then this guy we also talk to as Bess, and he runs like a kind of a shop that has a bunch of like odds and ends.
I swear to God, Hotchkiss is also in this game. Hotchkiss is absolutely like a phone a friend in this game.
That sounds right.
Yeah. Like 1,000% she is here because she knows all about the crystal skulls.
Yeah, that sounds very accurate.
Yeah.
Then this woman whose name I don't remember, she's our bad guy. She's the gardener or like housekeeper.
She's the housekeeper.
For Henry's family, and I think her whole thing there was this crystal skull that had been rumored to be like the family owned or something, or he got his hands on it or something, and it was supposed to
be like really bad luck, right? Like everybody had it like died.
Owned it died. It threw out.
I mean,
history.
But also just like people die.
People that, or like they were murdered, or like for some reason it was like if you own this skull, like it means death for certain is coming for you. And so it had been hidden away, and I can't remember. I think her whole thing was basically like, I deserve this. I deserve the money. Which is just kind of the safety net thing. So, let's see here. So, our job here is to be another acquaintance support.
Hell yeah.
There was just a lot of really, really, really cool stuff in this game.
Oh, first of all, please look at this really, really good, like peak 2014 Tumblr aesthetic post for Henry Belay that was I pulled from my Tumblr. Like, oh boy, he's so in pain. He is so welcome to the Black Parade. He's
yeah, it's good. It's a good look.
He looks so much like someone that I dated. So much that I sent Megan pictures of the man in question, and Megan went, yes.
Yep.
That is Henry Belay.
He very much looks like every boy that I had a crush on from ages like 13 to 16.
Oh boy.
Yeah, let's see what else is in here. So he lives in this house that has an entire cemetery.
Yes.
On the grounds. And so there is a miniature cemetery. Like there's a model of the grounds and the cemetery that all have different, like, they're all like neighborhoods. They all have like names. So there's like Slumber Gardens, Belay Mausoleum, Writhing Roots Memorial. And we got to do this really, really cool puzzle where we had to enter in, like, find the names of certain people that were buried throughout here. And so we start with one, and we go find that grave, and then on that grave there's like a
clue to another one.
Yeah, and then so we have to go back and like look through the names of everyone who's buried and figure out like who could this apply to.
Like,
they were
what's
all
like
puns.
What's the pun? Yeah,
because it was like so the clue was all dressed up and nowhere to go, and the name was Manny Kin.
Mm-hmm.
And so I ended up being pretty good at this because I love that kind of stuff. And so I would think about what is the clue, what is the riddle, what would the answer be that would be a pun, and how could that translate to a name.
Yeah, it was really, really good.
It was fun, but it was kind of frustrating because we had to go back and forth from the ledger to the grounds and try and find out where everyone is buried.
Mm-hmm. The book stacking puzzle is back, third time.
Yeah.
Returns. We will always need to stack these books in a weird way.
Yep.
Forever and ever and ever.
We got Hotchkiss, like Kim said. She's here again.
Hotchkiss, she's here. She's an expert on the crystal skull.
Yeah. We don't see her. This is just, we brought her picture because we wanted to remember to talk about her.
Yeah, she's here. She's present. I'm sure she loves New Orleans because the food's so amazing.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Let's see, what else do we got? There was this whole thing where we had to smoke out like a bunch of wasps.
We needed to get a kumquat to feed to AZ, who we'll get to in a second. Favorite foods? Iggy. I always get mixed up with one of the dogs from Moon Lake. So Iggy the iguana. That's because the Iggy, because of iguana. That makes sense.
You get it?
Yeah, I get it. Now I get it. Love kumquats. There was a tree, but there's a bunch of hornets, so we had to smoke them to like get them to chill and go away so we could get the fruit. That was impossible.
It was very hard. You had to be so quick.
Yeah, it took a very long time. Down here, you'll see said iguana.
So this is Iggy. Iggy was amazing.
Was the pet of his
we
dad.
we had to go around and find little costume items for Iggy. And if we dressed Iggy up in a little costume, like a little thing would happen. I think this is the only character in a clown costume that's allowed to be on a Mystery Detective screen.
Agreed.
Is little Iggy. But like most importantly, you had to find like a little postman's hat, like a little tie, and like a little mail bag. And if you dressed Iggy like a little postal worker, he would go get you an important letter. Like it was so cute.
He climbed through the vents and would like hide stuff away. And so you had to dress him up right for him to bring you the things that you wanted.
You dressed him up in little outfits.
So cute.
Oh, I loved him. And he loved kumquats.
Yeah. Oh, he's perfect. Right now he's dressed as a pirate. It's so good.
He's so good. Look, he's got a little parrot on his shoulder.
And a hat.
A little hat.
I like his feet. So as Bess, going into that shop, one of the things we have to do is set up this Rube Goldberg thing with all these items on these shelves to be able to start it, and it would blow over sneezing powder. We could have just like knocked over sneezing powder, but we couldn't do that.
We were just trying to essentially like poison this man. Like we wanted to get into like Zeke's room or something. And so Bess spent just like many minutes setting this up.
Yeah, it took us a while to figure out the right combination, but it was a pretty neat puzzle.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Tell us about these portraits.
These are Henry Belay's like very cursed looking ancestors. Like there's a lot going on here. And so this kind of reminded me a little bit of the Penvillans, a little bit. The Belays also were all painted holding like important items, which would then become like relevant in like future puzzles. Things like, like the monkey, or like the fan, or like the lollipop that those very cursed looking little girls were holding.
Yeah.
And so just so good. Megan, if you were getting your portrait painted and it had to be like a clue for a puzzle, what like strange object would you hold?
I mean, it'd probably be a soul shaker.
Probably.
That would probably be representative of me.
Yeah, I think mine would probably be like a musical instrument, like a violin or something. Yeah. And then so at the we had to go around and collect all these glass eyes everywhere.
Yeah. There was all
these like 40 fake eyes.
Yeah, they all had different designs. They were actually really, really cool.
Yeah, they were really fun to find actually. They were really, really good. I think right. This was also if you dressed Iggy up like a little optometrist, he would bring you an eye.
Yep. God, that was very good.
Yeah.
We had mentioned earlier that when we first got to the house, there was somebody in a skull mask that stole something. It ended up being the doctor. I think he's a doctor. The person that Bess is talking to outside the gumbo shop.
Yeah. And he's part of like a secret society.
Yeah, who are like trying to find this crystal skull. And once we confront him about it, he's like, I'll stop. Here's information you need. But anyway, we get to the end of it. We find the skull. We're confronting this lady. She grabs it and traps us somewhere, and we escape. We chase her down, and she gets to like the bayou because she's trying to like escape. And we step on a log that we found earlier, and this alligator shows up and saves the day.
She's so cute.
Because, and I don't remember what its name was, but the dad would come out and step on that log to call her and then feed her marshmallows.
Yeah, she's such a baby.
So, what?
No, I was gonna not talk about the alligator for a second. So you've got more about the alligator.
Oh, yeah. Just that the ending is we jump on the log to call the alligator. The woman, like, trips, throws the skull, and the alligator eats it.
So cute.
That's the end.
The one thing that I want to mention when we're talking about the secret society is like once again Nancy putting her friends in all sorts of perilous situations, because like 1000% in order to infiltrate the secret society, who does it? Nancy? No, 1000% Bess.
Who says I really, really don't want to do this, Nancy?
So much of this game is Bess being like, I don't want to do this, and Nancy being like, you must. So like, suck it up.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do for me to solve this mystery. It's wild.
It's wild. And yet she still stays like, she's still besties with Nancy.
Yeah. Next game.
Oh, this is a good game.
This one has a lot. This one holds some good memories for us. It feels like a long game. It's kind of hard to figure out. I feel like we hit a lot of points where we were like, what do we do now? Yeah. But essentially, are we on vacation?
Are we?
I feel like we were on vacation here. But we come and there's an art thief who's been stealing art in Venice.
Yes.
So we end up trying to figure out.
And he's always masked.
Wait, no, because we get hired. Because we're undercover. Right. Okay.
We're undercover.
So our theme was masquerade. So,
I love your God, you look so hot, Megan.
So this was just my Adventure Zone Sloan costume that I was
That's
like, I have a mask and a feather, like whatever, I can't remember what it's called. And I was like, I'm just gonna wear this again.
And me using the same mask that I wore for the Mardi Gras theme, and this time stealing a canvas, stealing smart. I love Phineas on your shoulder. Yeah. Also, one of my favorite things about looking at these old photos is that we were deep in quarantine when we were doing all these games, and so it's funny just to watch my hair grow progressively more and more brunette as these streams go. And
then I think we had Jax did one for this as well.
Killing it.
Okay, so our other folks that we have here, this woman, I think her name was Margareta. She was like the old lady who owned this like villa basically that we were staying in.
Yeah, she owned the villa we're staying in. She's absolutely 50 Wings material.
100%. She stays 100%. On the roof and sunbathes all day, but she knows everything about everyone. So we go up there and she just gossips away. It's very good.
She's incredible. We love her. Icon.
We end up going undercover. We end up getting like secret messages from like the cops who are trying to infiltrate this like crime ring, and this guy is one of the players. So we'll get to how we interact with him later, but we have to essentially find a way to meet up with him and get information. Yeah. And then this
man,
Colin,
is in love with Nancy.
Is in love with mosaic tiles. He is here studying like architecture and going through these tiles.
Obsessed with tiles. My favorite, like he, if you are so bold as to indulge Colin's love of tiles, he will present you with a slideshow documenting his favorite tiles, and the slideshow never ends. That's not a figure of speech. It literally never ends unless you stop it.
Unless you go, okay, I've got to get going.
Like, he will keep going. He loves tiles that much. Also, so this game is important. This game is representing sort of a milestone in Nancy and Ned's relationship. Right before Nancy left on this trip, Ned gave her like a gold locket, right? because he loved her so much. And Colin notices this locket and then gets like hella weird to Nancy and like very threatened by Ned from that moment on.
Yeah, it's weird. And then we have this woman whose name I want to say is Hilda?
Something like that.
Something like that. She's our bad guy.
It's something German.
Yeah, she is here pretending to be on vacation, but she's actually the leader of this crime ring. So she has put all of these other people, like, she's got this guy here, and then there's another guy who has been in trouble doing stuff, and then there's the person who actually steals the art. It's all selling the stuff on the black market. But she is the mastermind behind all of it. So let's see here. So our job is Crime Syndicate Infiltrator. So we've got a few things to get through here. We should probably get through them because I think it's going to take a minute. Okay, so we go to this place here. There's a lot of pigeons in this game, and we put a tracker on a pigeon. It's pretty good because they're using them to send messages.
But then we have to find our pigeon.
Yeah, and we have to find out the exact one that has like the right color wings with like the thing on its foot.
You have to click the exact pigeon in this sea of pigeons, and if you don't click the exact pigeon, they will move to a completely different location, and then you must try again.
Yeah. So we have to go in this place, and this is where we meet the man we saw previously, Enrico. And so we'll get to Scopa, but that's that's what's going on there. At one point, okay, let's see here. We are spying across the building to building on this man, and you can see him here tying a message to a pigeon. We eventually break into his office and have to use his fax machine. It's a very interesting system. A lot of old technology and archaic ways of sending messages with this crime syndicate. Here we have the tiles and a very, very sad Colin, because at the very end, we get Nancy's writing her letter to Ned or whoever, and she's like, Colin called me randomly, and like, wasn't it like he didn't speak? He just like breathed and then hung up.
He's still so sad about Nancy.
Or asked her like something, and then was like, I hope you have a good life with your boyfriend, and then like it's just him being sad. It's weird.
Didn't he also he tried to woo us with like a basket of meats?
I mean, that's not a bad move.
And then we got food poisoning.
We got food poisoning. Oh yeah, that was rough.
He wooed us with a basket of meats, and we thought like, oh, this must be the culprit. They're trying to hurt us.
Yeah, and
they're trying to get us off the case, and no, it was just Colin trying to do just Colin being bad at flirting. Colin accidentally poisoning us.
Yeah, so the rest of these are kind of tied together. So, in order to talk to Enrico, we needed to pretend to want to be part of this crime syndicate.
We had to pretend to be a criminal.
We found out that there was a criminal named Samantha Quick. I don't remember how we found out about her, but we found out that she was supposed to be the contact. So we had the opportunity to get dressed every day. So at one point, to make money in this game, we would go to this dance club, and we do these dance moves, and we had to put on this catsuit.
In order to make money, we went to this club in this leather catsuit and danced for tips.
Ridiculous dances, though. Like, really, really wild, with, like, weird noises. So these noises went, so there'd be, like, an alarm, and we'd do some kind of, like, weird move. Mm-hmm. And if we did it right, or enough times, we got to keep the catsuit. So, we kept the catsuit, had that with us, and then we learned what Samantha Quick was supposed to look like, and it was blonde with a red dress
and like black gloves or something.
Black gloves. So we bought that outfit, put it on, went to talk to Enrico as Samantha Quick, saying, I'm a criminal. Let me into your organization.
Saying, I 100% promise I am a criminal.
Yeah. And so eventually we do get hired, and to prove ourselves, they want us to steal this thing that the cops are basically like, yeah, we've alerted the owner, we're gonna get it back, you're free to steal it, but we're not gonna help you because they'll know. So we have to legitimately break in and steal. So that's this picture here of us trying to get around these like moving robots that have like
robot lasers.
Yeah, robot laser sensors that will like set off an alarm, and we had to go all the way around and shut off the lasers to the gem that we were stealing.
This was very hard, actually.
It was difficult. To get Enrico to talk to us, we sat down and he would say,
"We don't discuss business until you beat me in a game of Scopa."
Yep. So we had to learn to play Scopa. Scopa's so much fun. It's the best. It's the best Nancy Drew game. We love it so much.
It is, without a doubt, out of all of the little mini games we play in these games, Scopa far and away the best one. The only one that we've ever played actually
repeatedly and in real life.
And in real life we have played Scopa. Scopa is so great.
It's very good.
we actually talked about like making a save like at this point in the game just so that we could go back and just keep playing Scopa with Enrico.
Yeah. Kim got me Scopa cards for my birthday last year.
I did.
And in the note, it said, "We can't discuss business until you beat me at a game of Scopa," from Kim. Happy birthday. And so when she came out here last year, we played. We were both very sick. We just
yes.
we were just really worn down and we're just like, oh, not doing great. And so we were just like, all right, we're gonna chill out and like actually rest tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Let's play Scopa.
Let's just play Scopa. We had like our comfy clothes on and like our blankets, and then we just like sat around Megan's coffee table and played Scopa, and she took me for all that I'm worth.
I did do very good. Here's the thing though. We looked up the rules and we were just like, I can't remember exactly how this worked, but we knew we wanted to play it the way we knew how to play it. So we pulled up a playthrough, like a YouTube playthrough of Nancy Drew.
Scrubbed to when Enrico was explaining Scopa, and then that's how we remembered the rules.
We played that clip over and over again and then wrote them all down. And I still have that sticky note because I've been holding on to it.
That's important.
Yeah.
That's important. The thing that I will remember is that we were, because in order to win in Scopa, you have to get to a certain number of points. And like Megan was like 2 points away from winning. And so we're like, all right, like in the next hand, Megan's probably gonna win because we were getting a little sleepy, but we wanted to finish the game. And so like it's like Megan only needs 2 points. That of course was the game where Megan got like multiple Scopas in a row, like all of the points possible. Like Megan only needed 2 to win and then ended up with like 8 by the end of it. And I'm like, cool.
And then overall, because it's like you play multiple rounds, and so it ended up with like 15 points or something like that. It was wild.
Hosed me.
We were just like, we need to keep playing this like in the future. So I very, very much look forward to the next time you and I get to play Scopa in person again.
I'm so glad that you enjoyed it and that you enjoyed your present.
I did. I have the whole thing up on my I have a shelf with like lovely gifts that other people have given me that like mean a lot to me, and I keep it right by my front door.
Oh, I love you.
All right, let's get some clips.
So the backstory of this. So we played Enrico, beat him in Scopas. He told us about the piece of art that we had to steal. We have arrived with our piece of stolen art, and we are like gonna be like, all right, time to hand it over.
We've proven ourselves.
Take this art.
Your fee. Unfortunately, that is business, which means we cannot discuss it until you have once again beaten me in a game of Scopa.
No!
Wow, did not think he meant literally every time we conduct business.
Did not expect this.
That's wild.
Bullshit.
We love this game, but it takes a while to get through.
It takes so long to play.
And we were like,
right?
Yeah.
No.
We have to do it multiple times.
That was wrong. You should have taken the 4s. Because it goes 7, 6.
Oh.
7, 6, 1, 5, 4, 3.
I don't know. I failed
so.
you.
It's okay.
I was so perturbed.
Yep. We got this.
By the presence of more Scopa, Kim looks betrayed.
It was a surprise double scope, but we didn't.
I love Scopa, but this surprise Scopa betrayal, just sort of really, really shook me.
Especially
also,
if we're getting
the
like,
rules.
Close.
The rules of it, in terms of like which cards are worth the most, makes absolutely no sense.
It's you have to like get in your head which one is which. Next game.
Okay, this game is great.
Castle Malloy's so much fun. Oh boy.
Oh my god. Like,
This is
so
the
strong.
only game that we're here to visit a friend we've had so far. We are literally going to be in our friend's wedding.
This is our friend. We're maid of honor.
We're the maid of honor for somebody who has never been mentioned before. So we are coming out to this castle in Ireland to be the maid of honor for our friend, and we get there and the groom is missing. So...
And so we've got to, like, oh god, this was so good.
This was very fun. So our theme was wedding guests. Kim, you look amazing.
So,
What's your character?
I'm the hungover bridesmaid, obviously.
So good. I did the little boy who inevitably eats too much cake and ends up wearing his tie as a headband.
Perfect. I think also this was a 2-week game for us, so I think the other time you were a drunk aunt.
Yeah, I did. I put on a big floppy hat and then I filled a wine glass with grape juice.
You were a wine aunt.
Yeah. This was a fun one to put together. I went and found they were like the little Hostess white fancy cakes. They tasted awful, but I grabbed one and I don't know if you remember this, but I like broke one open so like the cream filling was available, and then I just kind of like put it around my face and then like pretended to take a bite, and then I just spit the whole thing out.
Your freckles look so cute in this.
That was very fun. I just took a brown eyebrow pencil and just bloop, bloop, bloop.
Yeah, it looks really good.
I was like, this is great. I don't have to do my hair. I don't have to put on makeup. I just gotta put on my shark shirt. That's already a shirt I own from the boys section of Old Navy. So
perfect. It
was great. I bought the tie at Goodwill. It was great.
Magnificent.
Let's see, what do we have here? Jax.
So Jax did a whole series of this wedding guest getting progressively more and more drunk. Love this. Giving some real strong like wine aunt bridesmaid at the reception energy. Very good. Here for it.
Okay, so
the culprit photo is so strong.
Yeah. Okay, so groom is missing, but he's also a very well-known prankster. So
yeah,
our characters in this game is our friend Kyler.
Okay, our friend, our close friend. Later on in this series, we always have the option of setting Nancy's phone background. Later on in a future game, there is an option that is just Kyler.
Yep.
And I will let you draw whatever you want from that.
We also definitely set that as our background.
We did, 1,000%, yes.
Then there is the best man, Kit.
He's cute.
He has a black eye. We find out later that's because he got punched in the face.
Because he's, like, still in love with Kyler.
He is in love with Kyler. They've been, like, best friends forever. And,
isn't he, like, a Krollmeister?
Something like that. Like, he's got money.
Yeah. He's somehow tied to Krollmeister.
Yeah. And then we have this gentleman who kind of, like, is the groundskeeper for the castle, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then we keep getting flashes of this white, like, ghostly woman figure flying around. This we see out a window of a tower.
Out a window. She fully flies into view up 5 stories worth of tower, and then just like literally flies away.
Yeah. So what ends up happening is she is the daughter of this inventor man who lived in this castle, and there was an accident and the mom and dad died.
Mm-hmm.
And the daughter was like went missing, right?
Yes. Like she disappeared.
Yes. The daughter went missing. She disappeared. Turns out she just kind of like grew up feral in the like
just like lived in like
the
moors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But her dad built a rocket ship and
Yes.
had an underground bunker.
Yes.
That is where the groom ended up hiding.
Yeah. In the bunker.
No, not hiding. He tripped a, like, secret hatch and got stuck. She has been bringing him, like, vegetables and stuff so that he can live, but she has a jetpack.
That's how she's flying around.
That's how she's flying around. And
This
so
is an old lady on a jetpack.
We discover who this is and end up freeing the groom. So, our job
Happening here.
Job here, maid of honor.
So yeah, maid of honor, and one of the main things we have to do as the maid of honor is determine the seating chart. This was one of the most fun puzzles we've ever done.
Yeah, we love a logic puzzle, and this was a good one.
We love a logic puzzle. There were so many rules we had to do. Also, we also got like a few callbacks to previous Nancy Drew games, like the Penvillans are attending this wedding. Yeah. And so just like this was like so fun, and like there were other times where we had to do like more like in addition to finding the missing groom and solving this mystery and flying around on this jetpack, Nancy also had to do normal maid of honor duties like the seating chart or like get Kyler a bouquet. Like she is the maid of honor that we dream of. Like she has it so thoroughly handled.
Plus, like, finding the groom and solving an ancient mystery. She's This was the best Nancy. This is peak Nancy Drew.
This is peak Nancy Drew.
So yeah, some of the things we did here. Here's a photo of the jetpack.
Nancy Drew, not a great friend, but an amazing maid of honor.
Yeah,
incredible.
Surprising. You think those would go hand in hand? No. Here's a picture of the jetpack. Here's a picture of the rocket. We have to build, essentially, put it together and launch it to get people to find out where we are, because she and the woman, Fiona, this is Fiona, ends up locking us down there as well. So at the end, this is her being kind of like taken in to be able to be like cared for. This is the groom being stuck behind a
stuck in the bunker, obsessed.
We got a photo of Kit and Kyler.
The best man brings this picture to the wedding. Doesn't understand why people think that's weird. Oh boy, he probably deserved that punch.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
probably.
I think he like, it's not that he was in love with her still. I think he said something about it. And
he was like pining for her.
Yeah, but like, I mean, feel your feelings, but don't like,
someone's getting married.
Yeah, I mean, like, the wedding hasn't happened yet. If you're gonna, say something, but expect to get punched in the face, I guess.
It's true.
Oops. Went one too far. Okay. There's a sheep shearing thing here.
Oh, right. And we had to, we had to like figure out which sheep it was and what kind of style that they would like.
And what mood they were in.
Yeah, what mood they were in. And they would end up with some wild hairstyles, like covered in bows or like a full mohawk. These are some very, very cool sheep. I just saw Megan hover over the rhythm game and shudder.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
So we had to go to a pub at some point and like make drinks to get information or something. And there's one point where we had to play music, and there was basically like a rhythm puzzle where we had to hit keys at certain points.
It was like Guitar Hero.
Yeah, but it was really difficult. Like, normally I'm not terrible at those kind of games, but this was very, very hard.
While Megan is always elated when there's a logic puzzle, she does not love to see a music puzzle.
Don't like a music puzzle or a slider puzzle.
Or rhythm puzzle. Yeah, or a slider puzzle. I am thrilled by the presence of a music puzzle, but sadly, since I have no audio in my when I'm usually watching these games, could not help at all. Just had to sit and watch Megan struggle.
Yeah. Okay, so then this was the area that was kind of being set up for, like, wedding prep. It's just a room where the explosion happened, so it's just a castle wall that's open to the night air.
How cool is that?
It's pretty cool. It doesn't seem very safe to have important things out.
No, but it's perfect just to fly my jetpack out there.
It's true. We had a logic puzzle down here that had all these cool dolls in it.
Lots of logic puzzles in this game.
Yeah. And at the end, to be able to get to the button to launch the rocket, we had to do this chemical puzzle, which is just a bunch of different vials of different chemicals that needed to be sorted properly, and if you accidentally knocked into one or put one in the wrong place, everything would explode.
It was very hard
It took
because
a
the
while.
controls were extremely finicky, and like the hitboxes on the chemicals were like pretty generous. Yeah, and so it was very tricky.
Yeah.
We blew up multiple times.
We did very, very much enjoy this game, though. The music was great. The like scenery was beautiful. It was a very fun game.
Nancy flying around on a jetpack, magnificent.
It was great. It was so much fun.
Magnificent.
I wish there was more of that.
Yeah.
Okay, so next, Ransom of the Seven Ships.
Didn't play this one.
Didn't play this one. We chose. This was not like Stay Tuned for Danger, where we couldn't get it to work. We probably could have gotten it to work, but we chose to skip it. Actually, they're not
selling it anymore. Yeah.
And that is because, and interestingly, it kind of ties back to one of the games. But there is a game where the culprit gets away.
Mm-hmm.
I think he gets away or eventually gets out of jail. In this game, he is the bad guy, but he has disguised himself essentially in blackface.
Yeah, he has disguised himself as a member of a race that is not his.
Yeah. And there are some very interesting things about the game. The puzzle overall it's about sunken treasure on pirate ships. It's a cool story, but we were just like, it's not worth it. So we're just gonna skip this one.
Yep.
So this is our slide for Ransom of the Seven Ships.
So it happened. We didn't play it.
Yep. And that is why.
Moving on.
Doop. Next game.
This is a good one.
This is very good.
This is a good one. Warnings at Waverly Academy. Nancy is here undercover as a high school student. I'm like Becca from France.
Yep. So yeah, we are going undercover. Because a student was like, weird things have been happening and the students have been being harassed, and like one girl got
and students
home.
have been getting like blackmailed. They've been like receiving like creepy messages.
And one had to get sent home. I can't remember why. I can't remember if she was like
she had some
poisoned
sort of
or
like
had another
accident,
breakdown
right?
Or accident.
Yeah,
or
I don't know.
But our theme for this one was Edgar Allan Poe.
We
went
we went so hard on this costume. So the theme was Edgar Allan Poe. Magnificent.
We talked about this, what we were gonna do. We picked which story.
This was like months in the making.
Kim was like, I could probably do like a brick wall or something, and so I was like, is there a way that we could like do it so that you progressively like get more and more? She's like, I don't know, I could probably figure that out. So she slowly added more elements to brick herself in.
So like by the end of the stream, it was just like a little bit of like my forehead that you could see behind the wall. It was so fun.
It was very good.
But that was back when I was still streaming in my closet, and so I was deeply uncomfortable that entire stream.
Did not look great.
No.
And then I crocheted a heart.
Mm-hmm.
I crocheted a heart, put food coloring all over my hand, did some ghostly girl makeup.
Yeah, you look hot as hell.
I bought these earmuffs because I want to have something, because I can't hold the heart the whole stream. So I want to have something else that like goes along with it. And so I was like, I'll do the earmuffs so I can't like hear the heart. I bought these earmuffs. They were huge. They were gigantic, and I had to wrap the top of them in like a sock to give more padding to get them to stay on my head. It was very unexpected.
So my favorite thing is that you crocheted this full anatomically correct heart, held it up for the photo, and then just put it down.
I think I tried to prop it on something so it was kind of on screen, but didn't work out.
Just set it aside, only for the picture.
And then we had Jack Smith. I did change the name on this as well to properly reflect that this was her Edgar Allan Poe costume.
Edgar Allan Poe.
Very good.
Magnificent. Obsessed.
All right, so mystery and bad guy.
I fucking love this game.
So it's just all girls that went to school here.
All girls here. They're so good. So gosh, who do I want to start with? Let's start with
Mean Girl.
Who's her name?
Izzy?
Izzy. Yeah, she's the mean girl. And she's like all of these girls are competing to be like class valedictorian, right?
Yes.
That's why. I forget what Izzy's deal is. Oh, she's got that boyfriend.
Mm-hmm. Who goes to another school.
And then who's like maybe also like seeing one of the other characters.
He used to date the sports girl.
Yeah.
And then
Leela.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden Mean Girl starts dating him.
Oh right, she stole Leela's boyfriend.
Uh-huh. And then we have our goth girl.
Mel, I think.
Yep. And she plays cello.
Who plays cello, and who is like fucking great. Love her.
Yeah, she was pretty good. And then down here we have Rachel and
Kim.
We did not know they were twins because their thing is they're here on scholarship, and so they have been swapping back and forth to both get through this together.
It's straight out of The Prestige. Like one of them, like the other one lives in the attic when they're not around, and that's why occasionally whenever we've talked to Rachel, like she doesn't remember what we're talking about. That's also like sometimes like it's like Rachel like each twin is like good at like a particular subject, and something that people thought was like off was that quote unquote Rachel started like failing a bunch of like chemistry tests, and that's because the twin that was and that's because the twin that was like good at that subject was sick, and so the other twin had to go to the classes that they're not good at.
Then our bad guy for this is Corinne. She was the person who like greeted us. She's kind of like hall monitor-y, like I'm here and I want that scholarship more than anything, and I've worked harder for it than anyone else.
Yeah.
To be valedictorian. And it essentially ended up being her threatening the other girls to get it.
To drop out of the race so that she can be valedictorian.
So,
okay. A lot of things happening here.
Yeah. So our job was undercover student, also known as Becca Sawyer from France.
Like Nancy kept making this so wildly more complicated than she needed to. Like, was there any reason for her to throw in I'm an exchange student from France? No.
Because then there was questions of like, okay, where's all your luggage? Oh, it's still in France. Okay.
Still in France.
Well, so it was Edgar Allan Poe themed. There was like this secret society that went along with the school. So we've got like a nice artist depiction of like their meeting outside the tree. We found the black robe in somebody's cabinet. This is the tree outside.
I love me Secret Society. Between this and Blackwell, like just like I love me some like midnight ritual, some robes, some costumes.
We had a cute albino squirrel that was up in this tree that we got to like climb and chase.
Oh, we had to chase this squirrel from branch to branch, and we had to click on the correct branch, because if we didn't click the one that the squirrel had jumped to, we would like plummet and like break our neck.
Yep, gets it home. This was Mel's room. It was just pink and black.
It's so good. It's so
awesome.
It's so like Hot Topic.
Yeah,
I love it so much.
This was a wood carving puzzle that we had to learn all the different parts of a raven. It was pretty cool. We had to play air hockey and beat Sports Girl at air hockey to get stuff.
Similar to Jane in Blackmore Manor, whenever we needed something from Leela, we always had to beat her in a game. But it was always like air hockey or something like that.
Yeah.
She was very competitive.
We had a 50 states puzzle
that Megan solved in like 10 seconds.
Yeah, so when I was in kindergarten, I learned all the states and capitals, and I got a medal for learning all of them correctly. And it's just every time I see one of these kind of puzzles or like quizzes or something, I always like do it really quick to like, do I still got it? Am I still up to kindergarten Megan's level?
Still got it.
Geography.
There was a Kim puzzle. There was a a piano puzzle where there were lampshades, which were sort of corresponding to like we had to like touch specific like either like specific lamp like things on like the lampshade, or like this corresponded to like a piano nearby, and we had to like play a particular tune that would like unlock something.
Yeah, there's like notes at the bottom, so it was like
we had to play
A2,
those.
B2, and then Kim, I was driving, so Kim had to be like, all right, so you're gonna go to the left, and I was just like, I am in your hands. I have no idea.
I love moments like those. It was so good. Here we have a really lovely artist depiction of exactly Nancy being a very convincing teenager to all of these teens.
Yep.
How do you do, fellow kids?
How do you do, fellow kids? I'm Becca from France.
I'm Becca from France.
We had a snack bar that we had to work at to get like merits.
Similar to White Wolf of Icicle Creek, once again we were like making food for people, and this was something that we had to do this once a day, right?
Yeah, we didn't a couple of times, but whatever.
Yeah, and we liked it, but it was very hectic because occasionally like teachers would put in orders, and then we had to like do their order first.
And it went way faster than you could possibly like get the orders out. It was interesting.
It was very stressful.
And then we had a cool like cutlery puzzle.
Yeah.
And we got to learn all about different types of spoons and what they were used for, and
all these spoons. Speaking of spoons, I believe that is the topic of the clip that I have for this. More about cutlery.
Here we go, spoons.
I love round spoons, like soup spoons. Like that's if I could just only have round soup spoons, I would. They're so much like fun to use. That's my favorite spoon.
Hello, Rev. Welcome to our new.
Hi, Rev. Soup spoons.
Welcome to our new spin-off where just Megan and I talk about spoons.
Okay. Ice cream's next.
Rev, we have a new show. Stop if you heard this one. Megan and I are going to talk about our favorite cutlery.
We're learning about Victorian etiquette, specifically soup spoons.
Specifically, it's not all Victorian etiquette. It's really just like spoon centralized etiquette,
Yeah.
Spoon focused.
It's very
highly spoon focused.
It's very spoon centralized.
Hi, Rev.
Rev summoned from the ether.
Yeah. So welcome to our. Welcome to the revival of our old podcast that was the new podcast about soup spoons.
Time for episode 2. Megan, has your opinion on soup spoons changed?
I like them even more now, and since I've now moved in with Jessie, a lot of her spoons are far more round than mine, and I went and ate breakfast yesterday, and I opened the cutlery drawer, and I was like, oh, fuck yeah, round spoons. Let's do this. So, yeah, in my opinion, has only enhanced. I'm really glad we got to have this update.
Jesus Christ. New podcast. You're not telling me enough about your round spoons.
That's so
magnificent. Good. Hi, Rev. Welcome to the chat.
Oh, wait. I accidentally went too far. I didn't realize there were so many more.
I love...
Okay. Next clip.
There's another clip on this.
I don't know what this is.
Welcome to Wizards of Waverly Place Part 2. No, stop.
No, that's not the title, Megan.
Stop. What are you doing? Can you just be chill? Like a sec?
No, he can't.
So that was when I had that old computer chair that Finn loved to climb on the back of, and he would just, from the floor, leap up behind me. But yeah, I could never remember the name of this game, so I just kept calling it Wizards of Waverly Place.
Oh, I love this game.
Welcome to
last game of the night.
All right. This is the last game that we're going to cover tonight. This is Nancy Drew, Trail of the Twister. Are we here to actually chase storms, or is this a cover? I can never remember with Nancy.
Because
this
we
is a
had
cover.
been hired by Krolmeister.
Right.
Because Krolmeister has been funding this this team, the storm chasing team, who are all competing in this competition. And there have been a lot of accidents or like weird things happening. So Krolmeister's like, "Hey, Nancy Drew, get in here and find out what's happening." And
Right. This is important because there is a later mystery where we are on vacation because of the good job that we did from Krollmeister.
Yep.
Krollmeister sends us on a vacation. Right. Yeah. So we are here. We are on the hunt for tornadoes. The main thing that I remember from this game is that it was bugged beyond all reason.
It was a rough one to get through. So costume for this one,
Gone.
Kim didn't exist. It was just we got right into the game and we were trying to get set up. We forgot to take a picture together. You will get to see Kim's costume in a clip later, but we basically did the Wizard of Oz was our theme, and I did Emerald City, and you'll get to see hers a little later. But yeah, I was like, I don't know, I'll do like Emerald City. So I went to like Michael's and I got some foam and some sequins, and I made this crown, and I like it a lot. I think it turned out real nice.
It's really good.
I put some like gold jewels on it to be like the Yellow Brick Road.
Yeah, it's really well done.
I like that one. Okay, so Mystery and Bad Guy. So we are working with a storm chasing team. So we've basically that's all of these people. This guy Pa runs the local like general store. And then everyone else is part of our storm chasing team. And so we basically figure out that it's sabotage. And so we're trying to figure out who on the team is doing it.
Who is sabotaging us and why?
This lady who I don't remember exactly what her deal is. This guy whose name is like I want to say I almost said Spoons. That's all right.
No, it's not Spoons. It's something weird.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's like.
What are you thinking?
Is it Frosty?
Yes, that's what it is. I was like, it's not like it's not like.
I'm like
sleet.
Blizzard.
Blizzard. Yeah, I was like, I just sleet.
McFlurry.
Yeah, it's something weather related. What it is? It's Frosty. And he takes pictures.
Yeah, he's like our AV guy.
Yeah.
Right?
And then this guy down here is I don't remember his name. Chad, Chase, something like that.
I think
Kyle.
Chase sounds correct.
He's like the mechanic.
Yeah.
And then we have our bad
Scott.
guy, is Scott, who is the team leader.
Scott sucks.
Yeah, Scott sucks. Ends up being he is sabotaging us to go to a different team.
Yeah.
He's just kind
he's
of
gonna he's gonna leave us for better things.
Yeah.
And then gonna sabotage us.
And this lady is like basically his second in command.
Yeah.
So not a ton to go through in here, but we've got a nice mood board.
Straight out of my Tumblr from 2015.
Yep.
Once again, driving is back in this game, and it sucks.
It's really difficult because now there are other cars on the road.
Now there are other cars on the road, and also occasionally there's debris from a tornado.
Yep. It's very difficult to navigate as well. The map is quite large. So this is another one where basically we have to chase him down in the storm van and lead him to the tornado.
Yeah.
And then get into a storm cellar before it hits.
Yeah, it was very hard. Multiple times we had to look around and take pictures of clouds, which was very chill.
Yeah, we had to get to certain locations. So I've included a couple of those where we can see this cell's starting to form and what kind of clouds are here. And we did a lot of learning about clouds.
A lot of clouds today. We had to do this puzzle where we had to arrange all of these circles and make them all fit and overlap in a certain way.
Yeah, we had to put all of the circles on the pins so that every area of this perimeter was covered for sirens to make sure everyone could hear when a tornado went off. It was incredibly difficult.
The other thing that I remember is that there was another incredibly difficult puzzle, and we were trying to do it, and we were remember when I said that this stream was kind of cursed. Multiple times our internet went out. At one point, my Discord went out entirely, and then Megan and I did part of the game on Zoom. I swear to God, this game was so messed up. And then I rejoined. We played it forever, but anyway, so we were at almost the end, and we had to do this very, very long, complicated, intricate number puzzle. And we got mixed up at some point, or we were feeling lost. And Mike was like, you know, if you just want to like, if you want to drop the number that you're currently holding, just hold it over the reset button. And this was Mike being Mike. He was trolling us, but we were so tired.
We were very tired.
We were so tired that we thought that Mike was being genuine, and we just
like,
fully
oh, really?
undid all of our progress.
It was really bad, and we just went, and he was like, "Oh my god, I was just kidding," and we were just like, "Oh no!" So I think we were like, "Okay, well, we have to do this now."
That's my core memory from this game.
I forgot about that. That's
fucking puzzle
good.
and Mike.
Another really big part of this game was there have been mice everywhere, so we have to get these like humane traps and like put cheese from there's a cheese, essentially candy, that you get. Mike, we love you. We do really appreciate your support. It's not your fault, because we both should have known better.
Yeah.
But you trap all these mice and collect these mice, and then at one of these places we go out to, like, there's essentially this little like shed that has the end is lifted up and you can let them go.
And that shed looks like the most cottagecore dream in the entire world. Like there's there's like wildflowers everywhere. It still looks just like this little like idyllic cottage.
Yeah, and we're gonna actually see it here.
We're gonna see it.
So
the other important thing about this game is that, ironically, considering the day that it is today, it is right now we are playing on February 17th. It is almost Megan's birthday. Megan's birthday is on the 19th. We were playing Nancy Drew the day before Megan's birthday, and we had played up until midnight her time. And so Megan's birthday happened live on stream, and we wanted to do something really special for Megan's birthday. And Megan, tell us about that.
So I remember this being like, I think we were just like, oh, we're gonna sing happy birthday at midnight. Mm-hmm. And then it ended up working out to where we also needed to release these mice. And then we had the idea, what if we release them at midnight? And It was literally a race to see if we could find this location, drive there in time. Then the game kept freezing. It just froze through the entire night. And it was just like, we're not going to make it. We ended up getting there and releasing the mice right on time. It was
right on time.
I was so happy that it worked out. So this
Megan could have a little birthday party with the mice.
This is my birthday party.
Almost.
Okay, I'm gonna release them. I'm gonna release them right at midnight. I was waiting for it to hit midnight. This worked out so well. Oh my goodness. Okay. I don't have a countdown to when this is supposed to happen, but I'm just gonna watch the clock. Okay. It's my birthday.
It's Megan's birthday. All right, chat. Please join.
Mouse party. I couldn't remember what I said, but I was like, come to my birthday party. I was so excited to have all these mice. They all just run inside and they're so cute. So we were like, oh, we're having a birthday party inside that shed, and all the mice are invited.
All the mice are invited to Megan's cottagecore mouse party.
Yep.
There's another clip for this, which we had already talked about what I gave Megan for her birthday, but she opened it on stream.
Yeah. Kim is in her Glenda costume in this as well, so you can see her beautiful costume.
Thank you.
Oh, pretty. So we got the little like bag with some cute flowers embroidered on it. What is this? She got me Scopa cards. Oh my god, this is so great.
There should be a card on it, but I don't know if there is.
Yeah, I mean there's a few things. What do you mean a card on it?
It should be like a little gift message.
Okay, let's see here. Yes. Megan, we can't discuss business until you beat me in a game of Scopa. Happy birthday, love, Kim. I love you so much. You're amazing. That was so great. That was such a great present.
Oh, I love you. So rest assured, Megan's birthday is happening in 2 days. I do have a present for Megan. It is Mystery Detectives related. I just don't have it yet. So it is on its way to my place, and then it will very shortly be on its way to Megan. So she will be able to
I'll open it on stream.
Open it on stream at some point, if not the next stream, then the one after. But I love that we've managed to celebrate our birthdays with each other, like
Yeah.
all last year. When is my birthday this year? Yeah, it'll be pretty close to mine. We'll be playing on the 26th of May, so 2 days away from my birthday.
Awesome.
Yep.
Okay, so we have another clip. I don't know what this
God,
is.
I don't know what this is. All right. I hope everyone has a lovely night.
Love you
Oh,
guys
yeah,
so
I
much.
messed up.
Have a good night. Bye. Okay, I forgot the thing to push. Okay, bye. This time for reals.
Just more technical difficulties of me not knowing how a computer works. Me not knowing how an information box
Right,
works.
I hope. Oh,
Okay.
so we're gonna start next week with a really strong game.
Yep.
A game that took us forever to play.
There's a lot to go through for next time.
There's a lot to go through. So, no, what are you talking about? I'm not rapidly updating our stream calendar right now because I forgot to do it. Vamp, Megan.
So that is the end of episode 2 of our Mystery Detectives recap. We'll be back next week. We should be able to finish the rest of the games. But yeah, we're going to start off with Shadow at the Water's Edge, and there's a lot to get through in just that game alone. Like, few of these we've stretched out because we have a lot to talk about, but we've got a lot that happened and a lot of clips. So
we have at least 8 or 9 clips from Shadow at the Water's Edge.
It's going to be really great.
It's gonna be really fun. All right, so coming up on Monday, at the 21st at 8 p.m. Eastern is going to be episode 5 of the Omniverse Chronicles. We've had 2 weeks off from our Ghostbusters stream, but we are back onto it. If you have forgotten what we've been up to or what just happened, no worries. We're going to be doing a quick little recap at the top of episode 5, so you'll be all caught up and ready to join us for the final episodes of our Ghostbusters TTRPG. Wednesday, the 23rd at 7 p.m. Eastern, will be some Dead by Daylight with Tass. And Thursday, the 24th at 7 p.m. Eastern, will be Mystery Detectives. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot that there is another thing that is on our schedule. Everybody, please mark your calendars for Tuesday. February 22nd. That is our AMA this month. I completely forgot about it, did not make it onto my calendar. So yeah, that'll be at 8 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday the 22nd. Come hang out with us as we play games and some cues. should be fun. We always like hanging out with all of you and just just chatting. It's very fun. If you missed any of our previous recap of Mystery Detectives, that is actually live on YouTube right now. So you can go head over to youtube.com/thecrit show and relive games 1 through 11. And this one, part 2, will be up there in a few days. So yeah, it's nice to have those recaps like live forever.
Yeah, because we didn't end up saving any of the like Nancy Drew games, but this is, I think this is a good way to be able to go back and relive that, especially with all the clips in one place. So
absolutely. But yeah, I think that's it. So thanks everybody for hanging out.
Thanks so much. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week and have a really fun weekend. And yeah, we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.